Okay.
Good morning,
Jesus
afternoon,
Christ.
and welcome to the world of Efos.
Wow, it seems like you do this for a
Yeah.
job or something.
Nope.
Okay. Let's just jump right into doing shit. Can I have everybody roll me? Let's do you know what? Let's do 50 D4s because why not?
Why not? Take the second chance.
Oh, I feel like I
Okay,
have to
Sigrun,
pick Alec
chill.
just for picking 1, 2, 3.
I didn't exactly pick
Allie?
it.
You know what I mean.
Oh, you picked it.
Behave yourself.
Take it away, pretty
Yes,
lady.
mommy.
Okay, so the 2 days after the ball, after all of us had some recovery time, uh, Kulog went to meet the woman who he was under the impression was his mother. He found out after a conversation with her that she is in fact his mother. However, she did not raise him and doesn't seem to have very much affection for him. We also found out that the woman who raised him was in fact a changeling by the name of Farah. Kulog kind of decides that she's a stranger to him, birth mother or not, and Lena offers him the opportunity to go back home with her and says that he can come see her if he's near, but um, he has a friend named Tobias who wants to see him, which was a bit of a surprise. She wants him to come back for his own sake, not for hers. She's kind of smug about the whole uh, interaction. We also found Varys in the Curious Cat, located a sheep in Sigrun's room that turned out to, in fact, be Sigrun. However, that happened. We met our new friend Hustel, who's a teal turtle with a massive flower bed on his back, who hails from, I believe, Silver Rock. He delivered news that his spirits told him that perhaps our group could help him. Silver Rock was suffering from a sickness that came from the sky, which is very familiar to us, given our last interaction where we met Azalith, the giant sky egg with the humanoid form in it. Um, Overall, things are okay there, at least as of the month ago that he left. Once we all regathered, we took kind of shelter in the secure room of the Curious Cat, which is kind of a torture room, and started discussing what we know about the king, what to do about him, and a couple of other points of business. As we were doing so, the alarms or bells for the city sounded, indicating that there was a prison escape. So we then headed to the palace to kind of find out what was going on. Um, and the queen gave us some information. We found out that it was King Aiden who had escaped. Illidan was not in the room, so if anyone wants to touch on that conversation.
Doobie. Or literally anybody else who was in the room.
So we were in the room. She let us know that Aiden had escaped. That she had been busy trying to find out who took place. Asked us where all of our whereabouts were the night before. We kind of all had alibis. She did ask about Illithin since she was not in the room. That is about all I can remember that conversation. It was more of a she's just very stressed about the situation in hand, and very ran thin.
The ring.
Yes. She also gave us our next job, or our next task, which was to go recover the ring from the Cave of Lament, from its maker, per se, and she gave Atrix a picture of the door that it's behind, And so that is where I think Atrix left to go find Orphinius. Um, and in the process, he took the halberd off of Kulog's back and gave it to Orphinius when he met up with him in Orphinius's room.
Who was playing pillow fort and stuffing his face with tea cakes.
Kulog
one
then
does.
proceeded to antagonize Orphinius and said, "All right, let's see how good you are with that halberd." And Orphinius essentially kicked his ass, even though Kulog essentially cheated at the end for raging. But he still got bonked in the head and got knocked out by essentially what is a child.
Who's older than you?
A very tall
Child
child.
who's older than you.
We also forgot about the drinking contest that we all partook in.
Not all of us. Some of us were
Most of
responsible.
us, true. Sigrun
think all
and
but 2 people.
Varys were like, no, we'll kind of keep eye, and Atrix and Orphinius got absolutely plastered within one drink, and then Luna and Illithin actually went toe to toe for a while. And then once Illithin started to feel it, she's like, I'm gonna go shopping, and just basically lesser restoration herself back to her normal ways and went upon her business.
We also cannot forget about the prestidigitation of "I'm going to clean up your puke" and then puke.
Oh yeah.
Oh, gross.
Entire puke montage.
I
We
fucking
did
love
our best
Orphinius.
reenactment of Family Guy.
I fucking love Orphinius.
So, with the shopping taken care of after session and a few gifts bought and things getting ready to be prepped for the journey ahead, most of you, whether waking up later that evening or coming back from shopping, come to find that Atrix is nowhere to be found. You guys wait around till the next day, and he's still gone. However, a new woman that you guys have never seen before, but is wearing the same clothes as Illithin, walks into the Curious Cat. Go ahead and give yourselves minus you, Atrix, in case you haven't already, just to get this out of the way. Long rests. Since we will be picking this up on the day after the Drunken Festival, we will be taking this for Orphinius's date day. We will pick this up in the morning. All of you guys who have had your drinking, you wake up in your rooms in the morning. Some of you earlier than others.
So Illithin is going to head to the bar, basically grab a meal and a drink from Hugh, and just head back to her room, not acknowledging anyone else.
Kulog's going to sleep a little bit longer than normal because he got his ass kicked and got incredibly drunk last night. So he's going to sleep in a little bit longer than normal.
Okay.
I think
When
when-
Illithin, go ahead.
Go ahead.
When Illithin came in and got the meal, Sigrun would have noticed and just like raised eyebrow of like, oh, that's interesting, but doesn't say anything because it seems like she is not wanting to talk about.
When Varys comes out of his room, he walks past Sigrun's room and he knocks lightly. Doesn't get an answer, so he like creaks the door open, checking for sheep.
Yeah, so you creak the door open with a kind of peer inside. The candle has been snuffed out for the morning. There's no sheep this time.
He closes the door and goes out to the tavern. Probably sees Sigrun sitting there. Pulls up a chair at the bar. Good morning.
Morning. And you probably don't notice it immediately because, it looks somewhat similar. However, when you take a better look at Sigrun, Lilia, would you like to describe what changed?
Yes. So as you take a seat next to Sigrun and you kind of look over at him, it takes you a moment for your eyes to fully adjust. It is somewhat dimmer lighting in the Curious Cat. Not a whole lot of natural light coming in. And you kind of have to squint. You're like, something's off about Sigrun. You lean in just a little bit and you notice his normally already pale skin is weirdly smooth and has a slight excuse me, slight marbling texture to it. It looks whitish with very slight gray variations swirled in. But everything about him is made of marble for his skin.
Not noticing it right away, Varys says, "Good morning, Hugh. Could I get a glass of orange juice and some eggs, please?"
Coming right up. Oh. Oh, God, what a night. Excuse me. He yawns and turns around and shouts in the back, Orange juice and eggs! Turns around to you and just kind of folds his arms and nods with his eyes closed.
Thank you, Hugh. How much?
It's on the house, you know that.
Very well. And Varys turns to Sigrun at this point and kind of takes note of his skin and like reaches up with one finger and just kind of like rubs it down his cheek and goes, "Are you feeling okay, Sigrun?
Feels like stone.
Your skin is not right."
Yeah, I noticed. Though it's weird. I don't feel different really.
Did you get attacked by anything? Another
Not that I'm
elemental,
aware
perhaps?
of. I think I probably would have noticed that, and no.
First a sheep and now you're turning to stone. What are you doing at night?
Prancing.
Prancing. Trancing and prancing as a sheep. Varys actually laughs at that.
Although,
Well,
I guess one nice thing about this, uh, haven't found any downsides, and I just kind of like lightly tap my arm against the table, and you hear like a thud of hard objects hitting each other.
well, I guess that'll certainly be handy if we come into a scuffle, depending on how long that lasts. Do you think it's permanent?
I don't know. I don't know how long being a sheep would have lasted if it weren't for it being dispelled. So,
How the hell did
don't.
this even happen? And Varys looks around. Where's everybody else at?
In that moment, Kulog wakes up and he's like, he had just woken up and stumbles out into the lobby, and he looks at Hugh and says, Hugh, please tell me you have a hangover cure. I need something more than just water. I could also use water, but please tell me you have something. And he like sits down next to Varys, and he like does the same thing. Says good morning, Sigurd, and like kind of like holds his head down and like closes his eyes because the light in the curious cat, even though there's not a lot, is just too bright for him right now. So much noise as well. He's like kind of holding himself, trying to not throw up everywhere from being hungover, and eventually he'll look over at Sigrun and notice his hard skin, but instead of like fingering his cheek, that sounds bad. He'll like flick it a little bit, and he'll flick it and be like, ah, Sigrun, what did you do?
Ping.
Do you mind?
Did that hurt? He like starts to
No,
like clench his fist up. Do you want to see if it'll hurt?
not particularly.
Kulak, don't punch him.
All right. And he like kind of like releases his hand and goes back to holding his head.
Well,
Secret, roll me a
there's
perception check really quick.
uh
Oh,
cool.
Okay.
Cool.
You do not notice this as you are currently in process of talking with Kulak and Varys, but Yildrath comes up behind you and reaches up with his claw and like not super hard, but light enough, like drags it down your marble skin with that nails on chalkboard sound a little bit. Fills the air. Doesn't hurt you. Doesn't leave a mark, but the sound is annoying.
Do you mind? And I look at Kulog because I have a feeling that sound was probably not great for his head. So payback for him flicking me, I guess.
Kulog will he'll like hold his temples together and like over his eyes and be like, "Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Hugh, I need that remedy ASAP." And he'll like just like kind of
Little
like
scale of the dragon, as they say. I'll get you something here really quick. And you see him kind of go in the kitchen a little bit, and you hear some pots and pans and the smell of coffee being made. About like 10 minutes later, he comes out with a cup of coffee, just a little bit of alcohol in it, something else in it that you're not entirely sure you want to know what's in it. But he sets it down, fix you right up.
Kulog takes a sip and he like tastes a little bit on his tongue and he like spits it out a little bit. He's like, "Hugh, this tastes like piss. Did you pee in my drink?"
Charge extra for that, but I promise you that will fix you right up. It tastes like absolute shit, though.
Kulog will like second guess and like look at him, but he'll like kind of believe him because Hugh has never steered us in a wrong way so far. And he'll just like kind of down the whole thing real quick, almost like taking a shot, but he'll just like gulp it all down and just like kind of let it sit in or set in before he like go back to like kind of laying down with his head on the table a little bit or on the counter.
Varys is just sitting with like his elbow on the bar top and his hand holding his head, just like watching this entire sequence of Kulog trying to chug down this disgusting hangover cure.
It's pretty bad. It is very rough to get down, and you feel your stomach kind of burr a little bit. But your headache, maybe it feels a little better. You're not entirely sure. It could be placebo effect. We'll have to wait and see.
Hugh, I really hope this is worth it because you just hear that, and he's like, oh, I gotta go, and he like runs to the bathroom, but it doesn't come out the top end.
Yeah.
Hope
Thankfully,
it's not occupied.
no. Yeah, thankfully it's not occupied today. The guy with the forever
Is
lactose
out.
intolerant is not in there.
So after he runs off, well, there's one of them. I think Atrix is the only one that I haven't seen this morning. Orphinius is I think he's slightly over preparing for his date today.
That's gonna be so
Yeah.
fun to hear about.
Yeah, he started preparing like an hour ago, and I don't think it's for another few hours at the very least.
Well, based on their interaction back at the palace, I'm sure they're going to have a splendid date. Maybe a little awkward to most, but for them, it'll probably be good.
I can't. I will BRB. I have to go to the bathroom so bad.
Break
It should be
time.
quick though. I'm sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen of the stream, welcome to D&D Poops. It happens. It's a thing. There is no premonition about it. It is a legit thing. So we are taking a short break while our DM goes and takes a big old girthy poop.
It
Please sit back
sometimes
and enjoy the tunes.
it sometimes happens 25 minutes into the stream. It sometimes happens 3 hours into the session. We just don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you have any plans today?
Who?
Varys.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I've just been rolling things through my head. There's so many strange things all happening at the same time. I've already stocked up for whichever direction we decide to head. Though I believe we will be going to check on your cousin.
Sounded like the plan.
Well, family is important.
That it is. Even if occasionally that family is a massive pain.
Family can be. I just know that if we're headed west, there's no way I'm going back through the Great Cut. Not after last time. We have to just use Giant's Pass. I know it's longer, but far less dangerous.
But there's so much excitement when we go through the cut.
Yes, like misty horseback riders that try to eat us. And Phineas collapsing because of something that he won't talk about. And
Yeah.
cocoon monsters and look, there's a lot of weird shit in there.
I think the worst part was that it was different the second time. How does that work?
I don't know that I'm the one to ask that question.
Not sure if there is a person who is the right one to ask that question. More of thinking out loud.
It's so off-putting, though. It just looks like the mountains were cleaved with a sword or something.
At this point,
Hey,
Illithin is
Kulog.
gonna walk into the main floor of the tavern, and she'll walk up behind Sigrun and Varys and put like a hand on either of their shoulders and lean in. Oh, don't tell me you boys are frightened. Big, strong men like you. Just gonna give you a pat and go sit next to Varys.
Well, I mean, it was certainly, and like Varys glances at you. Is your voice the same?
Yeah.
Okay. So he glances over as he's saying, well, it's certainly a very dangerous and scary I'm
Just raises an
sorry.
eyebrow.
Do I know you?
Well, I would hope so.
And he kind of like squints his eyes and like gets up close, like in your personal space, like investigating your face.
She'll lift like the bangs of her hair just a little bit so you can see that the same scar she had as a changeling, the kind of asterisk brand on her temple, is still there.
Yeah, and as she's doing that, Sigrun will just say, "That is Illithin, Varys."
Decided to try a bit of a new look.
How did
I'm
you?
very good at disguises.
I must say, wait, did you disguise Sigrun? And Varys like points at his face and his skin.
She'll lean over the bar to look down at Sigrun. No, can't say that was me. What have you gotten into?
It's a great question. One that I'm not sure I have a proper answer for.
Well, there's a surprise.
That's 2 bad mornings in a row for Sigrun.
I see what you did there. Did you taste any new furniture or accommodations this morning?
Find a new sheet to eat.
Just a heavy sigh and no response.
No, you're no fun. So, where's everyone else?
In this
I
moment,
have a feeling you heard Kulog as you passed by the bathroom.
Oh god, so that was him? The
Yeah.
stench was awful.
Well, he got some sort of miracle hangover cure from Hugh. It didn't look very good. And it didn't look like it went down easily.
Certainly not coming out easily, I'll tell you that.
Has anybody seen Atrix?
Elfin immediately frowns and turns back in her chair to face forward.
at this moment, Sigrun would hear in his head, Atrix is obviously casting Sending to Sigrun. He would hear in his head, Sigrun, it's Atrix. Needed some time to clear my mind from everything. I will be back tomorrow morning. Let the others know.
Apparently, he'll be back tomorrow morning.
Did he? I mean, that's convenient that that happens just now. Did he say what he's doing?
Who the fuck knows? Then Illithin's gonna get up and storm out.
After she has left, just say, he said he needed time to clear his head. Whatever that's supposed to mean.
I mean, that's fair, I guess. I would need time myself if I found out that I was the crown prince and didn't know it, and my brother at one point was sent to kill me, or I thought he was sent to kill. Seems like a lot to take in.
So I'm not sure if it's that he's needing time to clear his head for, or and just kind of gesture vaguely in the direction that Illithin stormed off.
Ah. A little bit of trouble in the love department. Maybe not love, but he does certainly like to romance.
And it shrugged with, I have no idea. Anyway, I'm going to go check on Orphinius real quick because honestly, he's probably going over the top and needs to be settled down a bit.
Probably not wrong about that. Um, well, good luck with that. I'm going to enjoy my breakfast and then go check up on Luna and make sure that she's okay.
Sounds good. And I will make my way to wherever it is that Orphinius was getting ready, whether that's my room or some other room.
Yeah, so Orphinius is now staying in Rivali's room, and you give a little polite knock on the door, and the door swings open. You see, you see Orphinius. He's got a top hat on. He's got a white blouse shirt that's like half tucked in, half not. Slightly larger than normal dress pants, shiny shoes, um, a suit jacket that's like laying on the floor, way too big for him, and you also see like a cane and a bow tie that he's trying to work and do. He's like, I don't know how to do any of this. His hair's all messed up. He looks like a
Uh,
fucking mess.
Stifle a laugh and just be like, how about you do what you do know how to do and not just kind of gesture at him. Be yourself.
I don't know. Stop laughing. You're gonna make me laugh. Is it that bad?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, now I'm sad, but I mean, I guess you haven't steered me wrong yet, Seegern, sir. So, um, do you? Okay, I guess I can just. I mean, the clothes that you got me are really nice, so I guess I could wear those. Um, should I, at least bring like the cane? Maybe that's just too. It's too much. It's too much. You think I can get my money back for these?
Oh, you bought I thought you got those from the lost and found here.
The cane I
Maybe.
did. The cane's mine. I'm keeping it forever, and you guys can't tell me otherwise.
No, we can't.
And he goes, I mean, I'm practicing my polite laughing. That sound better?
I suppose yes.
I fucking love Orphinius.
Uh, I'm going to give you a moment to change back into just normal clothes. You don't need to go over the top.
As you're saying that, he's already like shirt off and he's like taking his pants off. He's like, oh, I mean, sure, yeah, I don't. You okay? I mean, you can stay. I don't mind.
Uh, yeah, I'm going to walk out the door and after taking a couple steps away from the door, uh, just start laughing quietly. But
Yeah, you hear him like a little hop, 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 and then the sound of a thud. And you can probably guess that his foot got like caught in the pants while he was taking them off, and he fell over. I'm okay.
I will walk back out to the main area and assuming Varys is still there since it's been what, like 30 seconds, just come out and uh, just nod at him like, yeah, yeah.
He, do I have my food yet?
Yeah, you get by now. You would have had your food while you guys were chit chatting, and I was AFK.
Okay. Yeah. So when he comes back, like Varys has like a mouthful of eggs and kind of finishes chewing and swallows and goes, "How's it going?"
Top hat, bow tie, cane, dress shirt, jacket on the floor, uh, pants that are too big. Uh, honestly, I'm probably missing some stuff that I just didn't notice.
Varys is like holding his hand to his mouth, like holding back the laughter. So
You guys both
Pretty-
hear out of the blue, like very loudly, Orpheus struggling but going, "Hi, I'm on the floor with my pants off. This is really hard." You have no idea who he's talking to.
what is
Kulog will walk into the room shortly after that, and
Speaking of Kulog,
oh,
you'll be poisoned for the rest of the day. However, you will gain a plus 10 to your temp HP.
Ooh.
okay. I'll add that real quick. He'll come in and he'll see Orpheus like fumbling around and going crazy and be like, Orpheus, what ridiculous outfit are you wearing?
Well, right now I'm wearing my underwear. And you see him just laying on the floor, and he's got like his shirt off, and his pants are off except for like one ankle still in that he's like trying to kick off. Is my birthday suit ridiculous?
No, I was looking at the garments you have around. This isn't what Lady Gold would like to see you in, Orpheus. They'll like take the shirt and like rip off the sleeves and make it kind of
No!
like a muscle shirt almost.
No, I paid for that. I can't return it now.
Kulog will like as he's ripping it off be like, "Oh, I thought you got this in like a lost and found bin or something."
That's what Secret said too. You guys. It's okay. It's okay. It wasn't that expensive. I think.
But he'll like put his hand on Kulog will put his hand on Orpheus' shoulder and be like, "She likes you for who you are. There's no reason to get like super dressed up and crazy. Just be yourself."
That's true. Although, hear me out though, okay? She met me when I was wearing that crazy sequin costume. Yeah.
But you guys were spending time together yesterday, right? Or like the past couple days in the castle.
Well,
You
that
weren't
was
wearing.
after the ball, and I was still wearing my suit because I didn't have a change of clothes.
Oh. Well, I think that your normal clothes will be just fine. I don't
I
think you
think so
need to get a
too.
crazy weird get up out of here. Especially one that if we think it looks like it's from the Lost and Found, she probably might think it looks like it's from the Lost and Found as well. Maybe we should see if Illithin will take you out on a shopping trip. Has anybody seen her recently? I haven't seen her all day.
I
Like
haven't either.
Kulog will kind of like look around the room and he'll see Illithin across the room but not realize that it's her.
No, Illithin's outside.
Oh, well he'll
Yeah,
see her
she's
through the
stormed out.
window.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna get back into my actual clothes because it's kind of chilly in here this morning, and uh, I don't want to be like nipping out.
Yeah, it looks like you could cut some glass right now, buddy.
I know it's a little embarrassing.
Go get changed. We'll be here. Don't worry.
He like very slowly covers his nipples with his hands while just looking at you. And he just waits for you to leave, and once you leave, he starts getting dressed again into his normal attire that Seegern got him that are no longer rags, but like actual nice clothes. Eventually, maybe like 15 minutes later, he comes out. His hair has not changed too much. It is more brushed and neat and tied back into uh, a little bit of a ponytail. His hair is kind of like medium-ish, medium short. So he's got a little bit of a ponytail going on. It looks kind of dapper, but he looks good.
Now that's more like it, Orphinius. And he comes in and he like walks up close and gives him a hug. He's like holds him by his shoulders and that looks like a man rather than the boy who beat you
He
yesterday.
starts voguing for you guys a little bit.
Varys gives like a little clap while he's finishing the last bite of his breakfast.
I will have to say I can't take credit for this, since technically Seeker got me the clothes and gave me tips on how to do my hair. And then you guys decided that my outfit that I picked sucked, and you were right, it did. And then Kulog ripped my shirt.
It's okay. It'd look better on you anyway without sleeves. I mean, look at me. And he like just he just points at himself and he doesn't even have a shirt on. He just has like his leather straps going across his chest. He's like, look at this, Orphinius.
Yeah, but I don't
This
have
is what the
pillowy
ladies
man
really
boobs.
like. Well, we could work on that.
He like flexes a little bit, and there's no change to his arms.
And Kulog's like, you gotta flex harder.
I'm trying.
All of a sudden you hear he flexes so hard that he farts and he just like gets embarrassed. Kulog just lets out a hysterical laugh.
Varys chugs what he's got left of his orange juice, places the cup back on the bar top and stands up, walks behind Orphinius, puts like a hand on his shoulder and goes, "You're gonna do fine. You'll have a fantastic time on the date. The hair looks really good, by the way." And then he like walks around to the bar to go to the back to go check to see if Luna's in her quarters.
He's not actually. You give a knock, and there's no response. You give another knock, no response, and then eventually you just very carefully open the door and peek in, and the room's empty.
Looking around, it doesn't look like anything is out of place more than it normally would be.
Yeah, I mean, the place is a mess, but it's the chaotic, orderly mess that she always
That's why I
has.
said more than normal.
Yeah.
So, close the door, walk back out to the tavern area. Hugh, do you know did you send Luna out for anything?
No, but she did tell me. What did she tell me? She had some business to attend to with her actual job.
Ah, good to know. Thank you.
I did notice she was wearing a new little trinket, though. Kind of gives you that, up and down look.
Varys just kind of smirks, like a cracked smile.
Good taste. Good taste.
Well, thank you. I actually had it custom made.
Well, I think she'll probably be wearing that forever then.
She was certainly a little hesitant to accept it.
He's an interesting one.
Indeed. And he like points his finger at Hugh. Like, yep.
Okay, I'm gonna go and run to the stores really quick and pick up a gift. Or two, or three.
Do be safe out there, Orphinius.
Never.
No gravity stuff. And do the pickle thing if you need.
Okay. Do you want me just to draw the pickle in the sky or write the pickle in the sky?
Well, I mean, I thought before you were just gonna make the word pickle out of the clouds. Either if it's the word or a picture of a pickle, we'll understand.
I think I'll
Actually,
probably
do
just
the
stick to the
word, the
words.
pickle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Might look like a
the
poop.
pickle. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay, have fun.
He skips, quite literally skips out the door. He just da 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 da. You hear him like his voice trail off as he gets further away.
Well, gentlemen, plans for the day?
Well, originally, the plan was to leave today, but I suppose that's not happening now.
Well, with our Phineas's date today, and Atrix apparently not coming back until tomorrow, I guess
Yeah,
we can't leave. And I don't know what's going on with Ilith, and she certainly stormed out.
yeah. Gulag, you have anything you're looking to do today?
I guess just get ready to go and see my mom. God, that feels weird to say after 15 years. I don't even know what to expect. I have no idea what to think.
I'm sure you'll come up with something when it happens.
Family reunions are always rough. He was just like part of your guys' conversation, leaning against the bar, just nodding along.
Does Hugh know about Atrix and Rivali yet? Have we said anything
Uh,
around him about that?
word's already gotten around that Atrix is crown prince now.
Also,
Rivali has
Okay.
not been announced.
you mentioned you'd want to clear your head if you found out you were the crown prince like 5 minutes ago.
True.
And
True.
Yeah.
yeah,
True.
A
I think when
formal
Hugh
announcement
says
was
that,
made.
yeah, I think when Hugh says that, Varys is just like, you have no idea. Like referencing what he wasn't there for in the palace when everything went down.
Cousin, tell you what, never want to go to family reunions when cousin's in town. Last time he was in town, he burned the entire venue down.
Oh, is that what you had to get it restored from?
Oh, not this venue, not this venue. We rented out a
Oh.
little place over down in the thoroughfare.
Well, better there than here, I guess.
Sure. I do not envy you, my friend. He clasps you on the shoulder, Kulog. Mothers are especially hard to deal with.
Well, Hugh, I'll give you kind of a little bit of a backstory. It's weird because I thought my mom was dead 15 years ago, but I found out that apparently my mom works in Ardengard and I've never seen her. The lady that I grew up thinking was my mom was just a changeling. I always I've always envisioned her to be my rightful mother. So finding out that my blood mother is still alive, he like kind of trails off and he's like, I just don't know what to think. How do I don't even do I know this lady? Do I treat her like my actual mother? What do I do?
Well, if you want my opinion, sit down, have a meeting with her, and I mean, feel how things are between you. No one's forcing you to, she's not been in our life. No one's forcing you to treat her like a mom,
Yeah. But do I at least give her the do I give her the time of day, or do I just kind of not even give her any respect? I mean, she essentially gave me away years ago. And again, he kind of like gets in his own head, and then he like just gets up and kind of like walks away a little bit, and not really too far, but just like kind of gets up and like runs his fingers through his hair and like puts his other arm on his hip, and he's just kind of like staring off at the wall, trying to figure out like what he should do next or whatever. And he kind of gets in his own head of what do I do?
Just trust your gut, trust your heart, and trust your friends.
You're right, Hugh. No matter how I look at it, these people, he like kind of looks over at Siegern and Varys, and he just says, "These are technically my family now. At least I know they'll have my side. I hope." He like scoffs and like kind of laughs at Varys and Siegern a little bit.
When he says that, Varys Sigurd leans over to Varys. You want to ditch this guy? Obviously saying it loud enough that everyone can hear it, but doing like stage whisper type thing.
Yes, we should go now. Bears like plays back into it. And then he just
fucking
he
five head.
gives like 2 pats on the back shoulder of Kulog. Maybe a little bit harder than one would normally do it to kind of like move him a little bit because Varys knows that he is hungover and he's just trying to fuck with him now.
Didn't some of these people promise you karaoke?
They did. They did. Looks like maybe another day though. We got a important day for your little buddy there, and seems you guys are leaving soon. So
Fair enough.
Plus, I don't think that Atrix would want to miss karaoke day. Speaking of, where is Illithin?
She stormed out of here a few minutes ago.
I must not have seen her. I don't.
You were still in the bathroom.
Ah.
Something to do with Atrix. I don't know. They're having a tiff, I guess. And she just walked out. She also doesn't look the same. Master of disguise, that one.
What do you mean she doesn't look the same? She could change her looks?
I don't know. She's all disguised up. She doesn't look like her normal self. Probably
He
some
is
spell or something.
quite good at it.
Well, you guys might have to point her out to me because if she looks different, I don't want to feel weird if I'm calling her a different name if it's some random person that I don't know.
At the very least, she still sounds the same, so if you hear her voice, that's her. Or someone very good at impressions.
okay.
I am going to get up and make my way outside to look for Ilithan.
Okay. Littleton, where you at?
Just chilling on one of the like kind of just sitting in the grass next to the two like lantern statues that are out
Statues,
front of the
yeah.
building. Yeah,
Easy enough to do. Yeah,
kind
you
of
you
lean up
watched
against them.
Orphanius skip by you. He didn't even notice you were there, and he just la da 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 on his
Yeah,
way.
yeah. She wouldn't have stopped him. Would just let him go. Smile.
So I will walk up beside you and make my presence known, but uh, just you okay?
No, me? I'm fine. Why do you ask?
Various reasons, though I suppose most recently the storming out.
I'm sorry for making a scene. Not exactly the greatest news. We're supposed to be leaving. And now we have to wait an extra day so Mr. Emotional can get himself together.
Uh, yeah, um, I would have preferred to leave today as well, though honestly, kind of wanting to find out what happened with Orphinius's date before leaving.
The boy's darling. She'll love him, and if she doesn't, she's a fool.
As far as I could tell, they had fun after the ball, though I was only there for a short time.
Hell of a night that turned out to be.
Yeah,
And how's your friend? Your Lily, was it?
good. I haven't spoke to her since after the ball.
Do I believe Atrix?
You mean Sigrun?
Or Sigrun? Yes.
Oh, roll me an insight check.
Somebody's got Atrix on the mind.
Okay.
Damn.
That's between you guys. How you guys want to work that out?
Uh, okay, so I'm trying to think if I have actually spoken to her since then.
Since the ball?
Yeah,
Just the night after the ball, then she took off.
yeah. So I am being honest, I have not talked to her since that night.
Or the night of the ball, I guess technically.
Yeah, I said I talked to her, or I haven't talked to her since then, so that is
Hmm.
no lie.
Shame. You two seemed pretty close. Especially during all of that, whatever that was.
Honestly, I think part of it may have been, and just point to the scar on my hand. She's part of all, she's part of the church stuff there.
Hmm.
It's a weird thing with me not being necessarily quite religious, though having the powers of those that are.
Well, seems you aren't the only one.
Oh, so that's supposed to
Uh,
mean.
don't know exactly. Changes. Things that I can do have changed. Not so
Is that
good
the
with the
reason
bardic
for the?
magics anymore.
Is that the reason for the facelift?
Facelift. Quite. Oh, she was younger than me by a little bit. No. I think I've just outgrown that mask. For now, anyway. We'll see.
How long do you plan on trying to tell the others that it's just a disguise?
Well, at this point, I've just deemed it kind of a fun game. If they're keen on believing I'm just exceptionally good at disguise kits, then that's on them.
Fair enough. I just added to that by saying that you were quite good at it, so I'll leave that up to you.
Oh, so you're on my side after all.
I have been, except, I suppose, during the fight.
About that, did you happen to notice, and I know we've discussed this already ad nauseum, but there was some things that we haven't ironed out that I think maybe you, I hope you'll forgive me for saying, maybe know a little bit more about than you've let on.
Uh, so at some point during this, Sigrun would have like taken a seat on the grass next to you, so it's not just a weird I'm here standing over you having this conversation. Uh, Such as,
Well, that's the thing. You know how closely I watch people, and I can't put my finger on it, and it's driving me, quite frankly, a little bit insane. But there was a very clear division of goals, and that bothers me.
yeah, when when everything started happening at the ball, I had one message go through my mind that wasn't my own thought, but someone else's, that was protect the queen. And there haven't been too many times where those that I uh, that those that I'm not expecting to contact me via my head do so.
She'll kind of side glance Sigurd. Well, get used to it. You can hear in his head.
It's kind of like head in hands, like, okay.
Look, we haven't talked nearly as much as we did before getting together with this group, and that's partially my fault. And for what it's worth, I apologize for that. All of this craziness has me more than a little bit on edge, as it does everyone. It's a lot to take in. I don't distrust you, but you know I'm not trusting by nature. So I hope you'll forgive my suspicions.
And I hope in time, whichever way it may go, that we can have our goals aligned again.
That would require knowing what a goal would be. Just right now, I'm at a bit of a loss.
And I don't think you're alone in that.
Well, whenever someone decides to show his face again, I suppose we should be going to see if your cousin's all right.
Yeah, hopefully, hopefully things aren't as bad as they could be.
Well, hopefully the extra day doesn't prove as detrimental as I have a feeling it may.
did you have any thoughts on the cut versus the pass? I know you heard Varys's.
Well, here's the thing. The cut is definitely faster, but it's also much more dangerous. We do have the advantage of at least having an idea of what's there. But if we run
Do
into something worse than what we did the first time, we might not make it out, and that serves no one.
with the experience going there and back, I'm not entirely sure we do know what's in store for us going through it.
That's true. Damn haunted, phantasmal woods. Mountain pass that changes every time you go through it. The entire western part of this world is ridiculous.
Well, hopefully when we head east after this, presumably, Varys can take us to his area and, at least from what I've heard, not haunted.
Oh. So we are going east.
Eventually, I assume.
That throws a curveball.
Well, I'm gonna head back inside, but take your time. We'll be around. I assume just waiting until Orphinius has his day, but you know where to find me if you ever
I'll
want
come
to talk.
inside with you. I do have an appointment with the director shortly, something I need to pick up. But other than that, I don't really have any plans for the day. I was going to hole up in my room, to be honest.
Well, uh, feel free to have fun messing with Kulog when we go back. He isn't aware of who you are.
Oh. Interesting. Well, lead the way.
And we go back inside.
And you go back inside. Roll me initiative. No, I'm just kidding.
Ilithin's gonna follow like just a few seconds and like a decent distance behind Sigrun. So like it doesn't look like they're walking in together.
Okay.
And she's
I
gonna go
will
straight to the bar
hold
and
the
plop
door.
down. Yeah, she's gonna plop down next to Kulog and order a drink.
All right, up, little Missy. Anything in particular?
Hmm. Oh, it's late enough. Give me something that burns.
You want
As
to be
soon
on
as
the
she says
floor for
that,
the rest of the day, or just a nice burn?
Try me.
Okay.
as soon as she says that, Kulog's like eyes go to his hairline, and he just kind of like slowly turns and looks at her, and he's like, "That heavy of a drink this early?"
Oh,
And
it's never
as
too
like
early in the day, is it?
true, and as Hugh like puts it down in front of her, Kulog he'll kind of get a whiff of it, and like his stomach will turn because he had just gotten done uh like being sick from drinking too much last night. He's like, "Oh, none for me today. That's all you. Good luck." So
You look a little green. You okay?
yeah, usually I'm a little pink, but ooh, had a drinking party with some of my friends over here, and he kind of like points over at Atrix and Seagern, and basically says, "It's the one time that I got out drank in years, but I'm blaming it at a loss of blood. All right, that's what I blame it as." And I kind of like do the whole elbow thing to Varys, and just
You
a joke
get
around. And he kind of looks, and he's like, "I've never." Kulug looks at Illithin, obviously not knowing who she is, and says, "I haven't seen you here. Where have you come in from?"
I'm just passing through. I actually have a little camp over by the Lake of Lights.
The Lake of Lights? Have you seen a
Yeah.
walrus down there?
Oh, yeah, he's a really nice guy. A little sad, but yeah, he's nice enough. He says he's a duke, but I don't believe him. Seems a little off his rocker.
Well, that's our friend Duke Archibald. Have you seen him as a walrus recently? The Queen did say she was supposed to help him out.
You know the Queen?
Kind of. I wouldn't say we're on like first name basis, but she kind of knows who I am.
Oh, no, 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 no. You said the Queen said. That means you must have talked to her personally.
I mean, I am kind of a big deal around these parts, but okay, yeah, you caught me.
This is strong. What's your name? I like you.
Uh, my name's Kulog. What's your name?
My name's Brandy.
Brandy? Like the alcohol?
Well, if you like. Although, you took a whiff of this and it didn't look like you liked it very much.
Normally I do. However, it's just one of those days. A little too much yesterday kind of makes it a little unenjoyable.
Hair of the dog. It's always my answer. So what are you doing in town, Mr. Kulog, who knows the Queen? Hi,
Well,
friends, by the way. And she'll lean over and she'll wink so that Kulog can't see her, like wink with her left eye and wave down the bar.
Kulog will look over him, and the only people that he sees is Varys and Seeger, and he's like, friends. Do you know them?
Well, you just said they were your friends, right? Were you
Oh,
looking at
right.
someone else?
Yes. I thought that you meant that they were your friends. My apologies.
No, I don't have any friends here. So,
You-
you want to hang out sometime?
And go, like, what would we do?
I don't know.
Oh.
In that moment, like, Kulog gets like the whole flashback of Rain and how like he's invested in her now, and he's like, as much as I appreciate the offer, and you are a very, very beautiful young lady, but I met a woman who, for lack of better words, rocked my world just a couple days ago.
That's so not what I meant. You're not my type at all.
And
Damn.
as Kulog hears the laugh of Illithin,
Varys audibly laughs as well.
can he see if he realizes that it's Illithin?
Yeah.
I didn't actually mean to click that. Oops.
Yeah, you recognize it her as her now.
Yeah, you would see the
Illithin,
brand on her forehead.
You son of a bitch, you had me fooled. I knew that they told me that you had changed your appearance, and I had a question about it, but I wasn't sure. Why would you play me like that?
Well done, Illithin Kulog.
Well,
That took you so long.
Illithin's gonna bring her hands up like she's inspecting her nails, and she's gonna reach back and just slap the back of Kulog's neck. Do you just tell anything to any pretty woman who talks to you?
Well, if they swoon me the right way, I am
Hopeless.
subject to question, yes.
Hopeless is the
to
word you're looking for.
Yes. I will have to do better about keeping my secrets more secret to those that I don't know. Thank you for that lesson, Illithin. I'll definitely take that into consideration, especially going back home.
You are a lovely, adorable, absolute dolt.
So you feel the strange fire that burns in your stomach kind of come up a little bit, and you feel like you gotta release it, but you shove it back down.
That's good. You
3 points of
know,
fire damage.
oh, excuse me. That was unpleasant. I have someone who'd like to see you again, by the way. Came firsthand from her herself.
And who might that be?
Who else would it be? Imagine you turning down a strange woman. I think someone's caught a little bit of feelings.
Kulak kind of like sits up straight. He's like, ha, feelings. I don't know what those are.
Well, feelings or no, she's certainly keen on spending some more time with you.
You've talked to her. What'd she say? Was she talking about me? Did she have anything good to say about me? Or did she have anything bad to say about me? Oh god, I need to make sure that I know if she says anything bad about me.
Now, never break girl code. But she does want to see you again, and I happen to know where she'll be. We have a standing invitation if you'd like to go.
Kulog like kind of gets like gets all perky. Boy, do I! Kind of like gets up and like stands up and he's like, "All right, so well, we're going today, right?"
I'll lean past Sigrun and look at lean past Kulog, look at Sigrun, and then turn to look at Varys. How do you boys feel about tea?
Right
Sounds good
now?
to me.
Excellent. No need to get all fancied up. You're fine as you are. Although Kulog, maybe a shirt, darling, some kind of fabric.
Come on, Illithin. You know that I've got to show off this rippling bod, especially if I'm gonna go see Rain. Oh man, maybe I should trim up a little bit.
I do respect a bit of manscaping myself, but that being said, if you end up getting anything in the hors d'oeuvres, that's on you.
Oh, de Kulog.
Oh, that's disgusting. 10 minutes?
Sounds good to me. Kulog will like kind of go back to his room and you just hear the shing as he's like pulling out absolution because he doesn't have anything else to like start trimming his chest hairs and stuff like that.
Roll me a sleight of hand.
Oh fuck.
Okay, not bad actually. You've gotten really used to the weight of absolution, and it is a little awkward, but you get like one little slight nick in like the pectoral area, but not super deep or anything. But for the most part, you're able to shape it up pretty nicely.
Nice.
While he's there, while she pushes aside the rest of the drink and grabs water from Hugh, I will send a cast sending and tell Lord Valen, I think I'll take you up on that invitation. Kulog wants to come by as well. We'll be there in about 30 minutes.
There's a slight pause, and then you hear, "Sorry, the person you were trying to reach right now cannot be reached. Please try again later." And then the faintest hint of a chuckle.
Hmm. She'll just verbally say to herself, oh, fuck off, we're coming anyway.
Varys walks over next to Illithin. He doesn't sit down, and just asks, "So, where are we going exactly for tea?" I kind of
We're
wanted
going.
to go to the palace for a moment.
Oh. Well, you don't have to come, but I have to admit, you're in a little bit of a surprise. In on a little bit of a surprise. We're going to the residence of Lord Severin Valen. Met him at the ball. Wonderful man.
You can hear the ego inflating across the city.
The Duquesne twins will be there as well. That's why I'm bringing Kulog. Rain is very keen on seeing him again.
Ah.
Seems he knows how to take business off of the battlefield as well.
Where are they at in the city exactly?
It's in the Rise, just a little way from the river. Lovely estate.
Well, I mean, that's on the way to the palace. I guess, yeah. I could come along and then go to the palace afterward. I just want to check
Well,
with the queen. Hugh said that Luna had gone out on a job, and I'm worried that she's not ready yet. And I know the queen would look after her. She wouldn't send her on anything if she wasn't ready, but I just need to check.
oh, Varys, you've been bitten too, haven't you? Once bitten, twice smitten. All of my boys are growing up so quickly.
I mean, maybe.
Indeed. Well, tell you what, Luna is a more pressing matter, so why don't we just do a little bit of a roundabout and we'll go to the palace first. I have no problem making Lord Valen wait, and we can go there after.
I mean, only if that's okay with you, I guess.
Oh,
Keeping your maidens.
absolutely. The only thing better than showing up unannounced is showing up unannounced and later than when you said you'd be there.
Fair enough. Okay, then to the palace first.
Perfect.
Kulog walks out as Illithin says that, and he says, "Don't they call that fashionably late?" And he like kind of puffs out his chest and shows that he's got a little nick on his left pectoral muscle. He's like, "How do I look?" He like kind of like just rubs his hands down his chest.
Um, eh,
He gives you a thumbs up as you leave.
not too terrible. Generally speaking, yes, you see Illithin get like a very kind of sly smile, but in this case, no. Just a little bit of cat and mouse.
So, as you guys head on over to the palace, um, maybe about 10 minutes after you leave, Orphinius returns back to the inn with
I was in the process of telling Hugh to. I'm just gonna tell Hugh to let him know that we'd be back.
yeah. I'm assuming you guys would have done that. Orphinius gets in, he's like, "Okay, guys, hello." And he sits down at the bar by himself, and Hugh comes out of the back and relays the message, and Orphanius just kind of like, "Okay, okay." We are gonna take our break right here, our actual official break.
Yay,
That
break
is perfect
time.
timing.
And we're back.
Oh no! You unboxed it right with that
And we're back. Ugh.
Oops.
knife. Okay.
It was more like, and we're back.
Okay. So, anyway, I started blasted. Okay. You guys make your way to the palace, and uh, it takes a little bit for you guys to actively get an audience with her. Much like the other day, things are busy, and she seems a little preoccupied at the moment. But eventually, someone goes and grabs her, and she comes out. She's wearing what looks to be more like tight, slightly tight but loose, like the comfortable words. Jesus Christ, we're apparently I left my brain before the break.
Here, let me distract you with a question. Now that we're not wanted through the city, are we just like gallivanting around with Ildrath in actual dragon form?
That's a good question. Um, that would be up to Sketch, but he's not here. I know you guys have been putting him in frog form a lot, but if you guys wanted to, you guys could just walk around with him, no problem.
Okay, yeah, I just didn't. I assumed that we were doing that before, so that would be a little bit less conspicuous, walking around
Yeah.
with a baby dragon. So I didn't know if like that was something that we're just like freely able to do now.
Yeah, if you guys wanted to, you could. Obviously, there's certain places you can't take him into because no pet policy, but
Okay.
you the queen eventually comes out. She's wearing a looser shirt and more like a leather type pant thing. She's got a practice sword kind of tucked into her belt loop. She's covered in sweat. And she kind of runs her fingers through her hair a little bit to smooth down the stray hairs. Well, you wanted to see me? I'm unfortunately it only needs to be I am in the middle of something, so it will have to be short.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I apologize. I didn't mean to interrupt anything. It does look like you're training. Um, I just had a simple question. I had heard that um Luna was out working, and I know that she does stuff for you. So I was just wondering if maybe you'd be able to tell me that she was okay. I mean, I'm just concerned for her after the events at the ball, and I'd like to know that she's okay
Yeah.
before she goes out doing work. And I didn't know if it was for you or somebody else.
No, it's okay. Um, I have her doing some light work, mostly just footwork, nothing too intensive. She's just out gathering answers for me and um, getting answers to questions.
There are certainly many of those right now.
There definitely is. But no, it is all light work and nothing should cause any problems or get in the way, hopefully. But if, it does, she can handle herself. I made sure she was okay with doing this first, but she knew the risks and was more than okay doing the work.
Well, I certainly appreciate the forthcoming and the honesty with it. I won't take up any more of your time. I see you're hard at training. Don't, let's hope that you don't have to actually go into combat.
You want me to give her a message for you? I know you guys are leaving soon.
Well, I don't believe we're going to be leaving until sometime tomorrow. So if you know that she'll be back in the city, I could speak with her before we leave. Otherwise, yes, I could leave a message.
Well, she's in the city now, but I don't know if she's going to be going back to the cat tonight or she's going to be here. But if she does come back here, I can tell her to go pay you a visit.
That should be fine. Just
Wonderful. I
let
will
her
let
know
her know
that
then.
we'll be staying at the usual place and looking to head out tomorrow. And I'd like
And
to
see
see her
her I
before we
will.
leave.
You got it.
Thank you.
No problem.
And he gives like a slight bow, head nod type thing, and then takes like a step back and then turns and leaves to let her get back to her training.
Ilton, did you go in during all this?
He would not have, no.
Okay. Take care. If you need anything, just let me know. I will, don't do anything I wouldn't do. Why would I say that? I don't. She turns and walks away.
He just kind of like almost yells back over her shoulder, "Thank you," and like puts his hand up, like waving, as he walks out. Doors probably close behind me. She's probably got people in there closing doors.
Yeah, there's definitely a guard that closes the door for you guys.
Yeah. Well, it seems that Luna should be okay. She's just doing some light footwork. Gathering some information for the flurry of questions with everything that's going on. So, my business is done here. Does anybody else have anything at the palace?
Nope. No one here I want to see at the moment.
Okay.
As
So-
we're walking
ahead.
out, like once we actually get outside of the palace, Varys directs us more at like Elithan and Sigrun. So I've been meaning to ask, and I don't know if you guys noticed, and he is talking in kind of hushed tones. The last time that we were all in there, immediately following all of the events, did you notice the and he kind of like points up the sigil on the ceiling in her room?
Mm-hmm.
Is that new or was it there
Oh.
before?
What sort of sigil?
I don't know. It was
Sigrun, you would have noticed it.
Yes.
I'm not sure it was circular, but it had a faint glow while she was questioning us, and then it faded, like when she was satisfied and the questions stopped.
Not something I've done myself, but I'm fairly certain it was a zone of truth.
So not
Uh,
anything demonic in nature.
no. Well, I guess depends on its use, but
Or who you ask, I guess.
yeah. But its intent is only to detect lies. Or rather, prevent them, I suppose.
If I'm not mistaken, spells of that sort don't subject the caster to the effects.
Sh- Zone of Truth is actually one that does.
Oh.
So it's anybody within the area of it, including
I
the
believe
caster?
so. Again, I haven't actually done
Well.
it myself, but
If it does include the caster and she is the caster, then that would also mean that she was completely honest and forthcoming with the entire conversation that we had while we were there.
If it doesn't, it means there's a chance that she was not.
like all or most spells of that nature, there are some ways around it, though usually uh, usually it would mean that she was under the effects, but I can't say for certain.
Elton looks unimpressed with that assertion.
Well, knowing that now, it certainly does seem like something that royalty would have in their quarters.
I will say it wasn't necessarily something fully hidden. It wasn't. Obviously, she didn't say that it was being used, but it was fairly obvious afterwards that she dismissed it. So I don't think she was trying to deceive us that it was there, for the very least.
No, and I mean the ceiling's fairly high in there. I just happened to notice it as it started to fade out.
Honestly, why would she even bother pointing it out? If someone didn't want to be truthful and they wanted to leave, she has a palace full of guards. What would they do?
Get thrown in prison and escape like the king? Varys like jokes.
I don't think that's quite as easy as it may have been made to seem.
I know, I'm just kidding.
Oh, no. It wasn't a jab at you, dear. I'm just saying that I don't think the average person could put together such a feat.
Kulog, have you ever been in prison?
Kulak kind of like he like startles back. He's like, not that I remember. I have been drunk once a few times, but I don't think I've ever like woken up in prison before. So I can't say that I have.
So you haven't yet had the opportunity to attempt to break out.
No, I have not. Why do you ask, Varys?
I don't know. Maybe one day it might be needed. All
Have
things
you?
considered, no. He's just flat out, is just no. Well, Illithan, if you would like to lead the way to our destination.
Yes, we'll be going that way. And she points eastward.
So as you make your way down to the plaza in order to turn down the road that goes to the rise, Ilithan, you see the familiar cart of the director, and he's leaning against it. It's not open right now. It looks like he's probably on like a lunch break or something. He's eating like a half a sandwich. Doesn't seem to notice you
Oh,
guys.
convenient. Director? Hello?
He looks up, like mouth hanging with a little bit of, like lettuce, and he shoves it in. Good morning.
Morning. And she'll approach he and his cart.
Yes, good morning. Oh, guess that's the accent we're going with right now. Well, good morning to you and to friends.
His accent changes all the time. It doesn't matter.
I know, but for once, like that one actually surprised him. I think because he was just doing a different one.
I think Varys walks up with Illithan and also, good morning, and just starts like browsing what he might have out now.
Yes, let me open up my shop for you so you can actually see what I have for sale today. He opens
Knowing
up
that
the
his
back.
inventory frequently changes.
I don't even know what's going to be back there, so let me know.
So, did you happen to come across anything that we discussed?
Funnily enough, I did. It's like you were meant to be here.
Wonderful.
Let me pull you onto the back here and I'll show you.
Oh, to the back. Okay.
Now. Don't get your hopes up.
Wait a second, director. It looks like you have a whip right here. Illithan may be onto something. I don't know.
You look like you could be good with martial weapons. I wouldn't put it past you.
I mean, you guys did see me fight earlier.
I've got one of those right here, and Varys points to the whip that's like tied to his sash, and He's like, I'm not very good with it, but I've got one. Haven't had much time to practice.
We'll keep
We're
at
gonna
it.
be back soon. So, what did you find?
Yeah, right. Well, right this way. I'll give you a little rundown of what I found so far. He takes you around to the back a little bit, the opposite side of where the party is. And you see him open up a little hidden compartment that he kind of waves his hand over to make it visible again. And he opens it and pulls out a weirdly very ornate old oak box that has it's been carved on the top with these like cross patterns and very art deco style of patterns, but like inlaid, and then underneath in where the inlay is are like gems essentially in a weird mosaic pattern.
That is stunning. What is it?
Oh, it's not. This is just one of my boxes. Gift
Oh,
from my old friend. Inside the box, however, is what your real prize is, and he opens up the box. Now, this is what you're really after. And he opens it, and you see one of the cards you've been looking for. It's face down at the moment. The back, it's kind of like yours deck a little bit. Um, there are slight modifications to the artwork a little bit where somebody has like recolored certain parts or slightly redrawn things. But it is definitely part of your set.
so she'll kind of take like a wavering step back and like bring her hand up, cover her mouth. How did you? Is it
Now, I don't reveal my secrets. However, since this is technically a priceless item, I do have a favor to ask of you instead.
anything?
I heard from a little birdie that you guys are going over towards Port Abilena, Gray Shoals, Malin, that area, right?
Seems that way, yes.
Over on the outskirts of Malin, closer towards. In a moment, while I look at the Lake Cador, kind of along the river. There's like a in between that area. There's like a little hill range where the river cuts through. Over by the river, I have one of my doors set up. However, the door is no longer operational. I need you guys when you're in that area, if you wouldn't mind, to check out and see what is going on.
One of your doors isn't working.
I know.
What caused that?
I'm just as curious, but unfortunately, my closest door over in that area is up over by kind of towards the Cedar Watch area. So, and then I got one in the Dark Pass, but it's I don't have the time right now to go over there.
I see. And how long has it not been working?
Oh, I don't get over there very often, but I would say it's probably been about maybe 2 weeks now.
Weeks.
I had planned on making the trip over there myself, but unfortunately, it's, things just haven't turned out that way. As you can see, things have been going haywire here.
Frowns a little bit, trying to think of what exactly would cause one of the director's doors to not work a little. And I suppose it's certainly something we can look into.
If it's dangerous, don't just just tell me what it is. Send me a message somehow. Don't don't go fixing it yourself. As long as I know what's causing it, I can go and fix it.
Well, I can certainly do that. Get in contact with you, I mean. If we were to find out what was causing the problem with your door, and if we fixed it, could we theoretically use it to get back?
You could, yes. Unfortunately, do keep in mind that it will pop out wherever I have my card.
That could be fun.
It definitely, yes, it could.
Well, I'll consult with the others. Well, I, for my part, if I have to go by myself, accept your deal.
Greatly appreciate that. Don't forget your card.
Oh, she has not, her eyes have not left it. Reaches out like very gingerly and picks up the card and flips it over.
As you flip it over, it is the Seven of Cups, which has been added to your tarot table. When you flip it up, it is upright.
Immediately frowns. Oh, come on, really? Oh,
Now what you were hoping for?
no, the card is wonderful and it's so exciting to find another. It's just this particular one. It's a bit thematic for my liking at the moment.
I don't have. I don't know what accent that is that I just did, but I have no idea what to say at that moment. But I do hope that I will keep an eye out for other cards for you, and then we could figure things out as we go for other favors, since these are
Absolutely.
technically priceless.
Priceless, I don't think quite covers it. Sure.
I do remember you saying that people tend to add their own cards. Do you plan on adding your own?
Perhaps one day.
Maybe make your own what do they call it, minor arcana.
I do one day. That's what's supposed to be done. Or so the legend goes. I just haven't decided which one. Depends on what I find, first of all. And when I'm ready. Supposedly the cards tell you when it's your time to pass them on.
I think they'll be with you for quite a while.
I appreciate the vote of confidence. She'll hold a hand out to shake his.
He takes your hand and he kind of pulls you in a little bit, which shocks you. And he leans down and kind of
Oh, that's
looks you
close.
over a little bit. There's
Hello.
something different about you.
You are observant. Yes, I've changed up my look a little bit.
No, not the look. The look is inconsequential to me. It does not matter to me. There's something different, deeper. You've changed something. I can see it in your eyes.
She'll
I
give
like
him
it.
a smile and secrets. But yes,
Ah, well, we all have our secrets. No, I like it. It suits you. Gives you a little bit of a sparkle that you seem to be missing earlier.
I appreciate that. I hear the boys
He
rummaging around on the other side. You might want to check that they haven't broken anything.
they break it, they buy it. That's okay. And he clasps your hand in like a friendly manner, gives it a couple pats, and then lets your hand go.
Thank you.
And you hear Varys on the other side of the cart. Sigrun, look at this. Does this look familiar? And he holds up the little orb.
Yeah, isn't that the thing that Atrix and Rivali were after?
Yeah, the little time clock thing.
Ah, yes, the orb of time. It can tell you what time of day it is. Quite
Yeah,
useful if you're planning on underground traveling.
I don't actually know who has it, but I think we already have one of those. So do we need a
Only
backup
has it.
watch? Well, in that case, maybe we don't then.
no, I just found it interesting that the thing that started fights and well, I guess led Atrix to meet us. The director's actually selling one. And he puts it back.
Yes, I do sell quite a lot of things very often. Who knows
Varys
what comes and
continues
goes?
Yeah, Varys continues like running his hand like softly over like some of the objects and sees like a little token. And picks it up and looks at it curiously. It's the feather token that he has.
Mhm.
What, Director? What is this?
May I?
He
Hey,
hands it
hold his
over.
hand out. Okay. He takes it and he holds it over, flips it over in his hand. Yes. This one kind of squints at it, probably a little more than he needs to. This one will allow you to plant a very large tree. That's it. That's all it does. Non-magical tree, and it just pops it into existence.
Oh, so it doesn't have to grow. It just poof and it's there.
Yes.
How much?
250 gold for this.
Do we get any sort of frequent buyer miles or something? Discount.
No.
Fair enough. And Varys dips into his pouch and
But remember, I will always take your guys' things that you want to sell at full price. None of that Grosco business.
oh, don't even get me started on Groscos. Even the Queen said that they water down their healing potions.
I knew it. I'm going to launch an investigation into them, I swear.
He hands over a handful of gold totaling 250.
Yeah, just go ahead and buy it from the sheet. You should be able to.
Yep.
Nice.
And he tucks it into his pouch on his hip. This might come in handy one day.
Keep in mind, it will sprout to be about 60-ish feet tall.
Oh, so I should probably make sure to use it outside or something.
Outside, inside,
Does it even work
doesn't really matter.
indoors?
It does. I dropped one inside one of my houses once.
Oh,
Now I turned it to a tree house. I just couldn't bear to cut it down.
how is this like a permanent fixture, or does it have a time limit?
It is a permanent fixture.
Well,
Don't
that's
eat it.
good advice. And he like puts his finger up, like that's something to note. Kulog, don't eat my token.
Kulog hears it halfway because he looks down and he sees this thing that looks like his heavyweight belt that he got from the strong arm competition that was back in Ardengard.
Oh my god, that's a throwback.
So he looks and he's like, this belt looks oddly similar to the one that I have. He like picks up the belt of Storm Giant Strength. And he like puts it on and he just feels like his muscles just start rippling out of his body. He's like, ah! I've never felt so strong in my life. He
You
like
have
lifts
expensive
up
gold
the
to pay for
cart.
that.
I'm not paying for it.
Director, what can I do to get this? I don't have the money for it, but good lord, I've never felt so awesome in my life.
Don't do payment plans, unfortunately, but I could put it on layaway until you could pay it for it.
How much is it?
250,000 gold.
Kulog at that moment. How much? My God!
250,000 gold.
He like carefully, like slowly takes it off and like puts it back in the cart. He's like, "That's that's for another day, maybe."
Okay, I mean,
He
I
kind
could
of like,
I could put it on hold for a month or two.
I don't realistically know if we'll get that much money, director, but if you could, that would be awesome to have as a backup, just in case.
Okay, I will put it on hold. He puts it off, takes it off his little shelf, and you see he stuffs it somewhere kind of out of sight. He looks over his shoulder and then looks back at you, then looks over his shoulder again, and then quickly shoves it somewhere. It doesn't look like he's putting it in anywhere particular. He's just shoving it into a cubby.
Kulog, I'm certain he's not. And Varys kind of says it quietly, like directly to Kulog. Like, I'm sure he's not going to hold that forever. If he gets a buyer, that's a lot of gold.
I don't expect to ever. I don't expect to ever actually get it, but that would be amazing to have. If you could have felt this, the just sheer power that I felt during that, oh my gosh,
Ildred, keep it down.
was life changing.
I tell you what, I give you consolation for not being able to afford my goods. He reaches into his pocket and pulls out like a little wrapped candy.
You can't say that after I've started watching Critical Role.
Kulak just puts it in his pocket.
Oh, you're not going to eat it now? You won't regret it.
Come on,
He
Kulog.
questioningly,
Don't
like,
disrespect the man. He's giving you something for free.
my stomach is still a little bit churning from last night, but why not? And he like takes it out of the wrapper and just knocks it back.
Okay. This one has a blueberry taste to it, and you guys watch as Kulok's skin turns like a blueberry color.
Violet, you're turning violet.
Violet.
Yep. You just the director just starts laughing. That's too good. This gets me every time. You look fantastic. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
And in that moment, like Kulog looks down at his hands, like, ah! What did you do to my hands? He like looks, he sees all of his arms and then his chest and his legs are all like blue now. He's like, director, please tell me this is a prank. There's no way that this is permanent.
I'm sorry, it is definitely permanent.
Good. One of you is blue, and the other is whatever the hell happened to Sigrun. Who's next?
I mean, you changed your looks too. The only one that hasn't would be Varys.
Well, Varys, your turn then.
My turn for what?
Well, you have to change. The rest of us have. Come on,
Have
peer
free
pressure.
candy.
I don't. Do you...
Why is he? Oh, he has exhaustion. That's why. Hold on.
Director, did you make those, or did you get those at Billy Bonkers?
No, I make those myself. I don't take them from other people. Yeah. I highly doubt your insight check, Skulok, is gonna pass that.
Oh, am I supposed to roll insight?
No.
Oh, okay.
He was just because passive insight is a thing.
Mhm.
So.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh, you know,
It's
speaking
permanent.
of changes, director, do you and he like flicks his finger on Sigrun's cheek. Do you know what could do this?
I didn't even notice. And he walks up to you, Sigurd, and puts his hands. He gets in your space. He puts his hands on like both sides of your cheeks and kind of turns your head a little bit gently. Kind of taps you on the forehead a little bit. Huh. This could be. There's tons of potions that could do this. He could be petrifying. I don't think that's what the case is here, though. It is quite possible that he's you're what, a sorcerer, could be what, wild magic.
Wild
Just
magic.
like shrug at, I don't know, but don't actually say anything because I currently have my face being held.
You look like a living statue, Seeger. You should go into the art studio and let the kids paint you today.
Think I'd rather not.
The models
Well,
first
that's
classes
okay.
normally strip.
Yes. But I mean, he doesn't have to do that. They do allow you not to do that.
Oh, come on, don't tell him that.
I don't want to make the young man comfortable. I mean, you know.
I don't want to make him comfortable either. That was the point.
Well, I mean, I hope it doesn't happen, but if you do turn into a statue, we could always put you back in that hall with the instrument things with where you went in the portal thing. Speaking of which, have you looked at your compass recently?
I have not. I will pull out my compass and look at it.
Your compass is currently pointing. It's slowly moving. To the south a little bit. Very slowly. And then like slowly spinning down to the west.
It's pointing southwest. It's not really an exact direction most of the time.
So it's not that it's
Southwest.
pointing that direction. It's when you point it out, it is looking south, but you can see it slowly moving down southwest.
Oh, like the needle is slowly moving like it's following something?
Yeah.
Got it. Interesting. I mean, we are kind of headed that way to go find your cousin.
Yeah. I will keep an eye on it as we travel, see if it changes.
Director, how long does the thing last on Kulog?
As you were asking that, the director had slipped away and he's like half getting into his carriage already. And he kind of like stops, looks back at you. Oh, yeah, so, I might have told a little white lad. It'll wear off in about 10 minutes.
Oh, that's a shame.
If you eat enough of them, they can be permanent. However,
Oh no, we were just taking Kulog to see his girlfriend, and I was hoping that he would be blue when we got there.
I can give you a handful of them if you'd like to. As long as you space them out within like don't eat them all at once. You should be fine.
So like no more than 4 in a 24-hour period or something.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, you as long as the effect wears off before you eat the other one, you should be fine.
Sure. And Varys will like hold out his hand and take whatever he's offering.
He starts digging in his pockets, and you see him reaching a little bit further than his pocket looks. And he pulls out like some glitter, and he kind of tosses it on the ground. No, not that. And he pulls it and grabs some like pieces of the scrap paper, and he tosses it on the ground. No, not that either. Hold on, hold on. Wait. I think that's it. Yeah. And you hear like clang, 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 clang. And he's like, oh, that'd be the pots and pans. Okay, I got him. And he pulls out like a handful of these like clearish candies. They don't have any color to them. That are wrapped in this. Oh, there's a word for it. It's like that kind of clearish paper that's rainbowy. Like the paper, plastic paper. God, what's the word for them?
I don't know
what
what
they're
it's
called.
called, but I can visualize what you're talking about.
Yeah, as long as you know what I'm talking about, that's all that
Yeah.
matters.
Yeah. So he pulls his hand back and he flips through them, looking to they're all clear and whatnot. Pulls like a piece of pocket lint and throws it on the ground. Well, these should be fun for later. And he
I forgot to add the
stuffs them
+3,
into one
so
of
it's
his
6.
pockets. How many?
Use those You got 6 total because I forgot to add the +3 onto that roll.
Okay.
Use those responsibly now.
Absolutely. You have my word.
Right on. All right. I got things to attend to, and you watch as he like clicks the little doorknob on his thing and like switches through different dials. Then he starts opening, and you don't actually see what is inside that door. It is just pitch black. Uh, if you guys need me, you won't be able to contact me. So unless you have something else you need to say, I got an appointment to make.
I have nothing further.
Good, good. Okay. Well, then I take my leave now, and I wish you all a good day then.
Good day to you, Director.
So long, director. Maybe next time I'll be the
Goodbye.
one to play a prank on you.
As he disappears into the darkness and the door shuts.
Thank you, Director.
Leaves you all out in the plaza surrounding his cart by yourselves.
Well, I certainly got a very interesting item from his shop there. Did he give you something, Illithan?
He did, actually. And also a bit of a job.
Oh?
Hmm.
Just what we need. More jobs. We're already being pulled west and east and south and
Well, the good thing is, it's to the west, in the direction we're already headed. But it seems the director has a door in that general area, near the river, a little bit in the hills, and it's no longer working. He doesn't want us
like
to necessarily fix it, but just to contact him once we find out what the problem is.
like a magical door. Is that how he gets around so easily?
Oh, it seems so.
Huh. Well, I mean, I guess if we're going to be nearby, we could at least check it out.
Same general area. He didn't give us a time frame per se, but it is something we'll need to do.
Oh, tea time then?
Oh yes, tea. I'd almost forgotten.
Okay. You guys, excuse me. You guys make your way over. I forgot to move your guys' token originally. But you make your way over to where Illithan knows Lord Valen's house to be. As you approach, the familiar gardener lady is already out in the front. She's has these long shears in her hand, and she's trimming up one of the hedges to kind of look a little, to you, a little questionable. Questionable, sorry. And she turns and gives you a wave. Oh, I was expecting you. I was told that you would be gonna be here. We've already just finished brewing the tea, so it's nice and hot, and we have the snacks coming out right now. Uh, oh, hello, all of you guys. It's nice to meet you all.
Oh, hello. Well, this is my friend Kulog. He was invited to come back as well, and I thought, why not bring the whole group? Illidan looks visibly annoyed at the fact that they're just finishing getting everything ready.
Yes. Fucking forgot her name. Hold on. I don't think I actually named her.
Nope. Part of me thought you did, but I'm looking back and I don't see a name.
Yep, I did not name her. I don't think she even offered her name. My name's Susan, by the way. I think I forgot to introduce myself last time. I'm terribly sorry. Poor manners on my part. Let me go ahead and escort you guys back if you want. I mean, I don't have to if you don't want me to.
Well, I think we can find the way. I know the way anyway. Same place.
Yeah, same place. I don't think the twins are here yet, but C's definitely here.
Perfect. Come on then, boys. Susan, thank you.
Of course. Holler if you need anything. If you need me to come, like, save the day or something and put somebody in their place, I will.
Will do.
We'll keep that in mind.
And Ilithan will lead the group up through the gardens and over the little hill to the gazebo that sits in front of a big mansion.
Attack the gazebo. Oh, I don't think many people will probably get that joke. You see that for those of you who haven't seen the gazebo, it is a really rather large white gazebo with flowering wisteria that kind of grows on the top of it, that kind of hangs down, draping over the entrance inside of this. There is a nice, like, outdoorsy couch with 3 other chairs. One of the chairs is currently being sat in by a very tall fellow with, he's not dressed in any particular way. He just looks in comfortable casual clothes, leather pants, a white billowy shirt, black hair, slightly tanner skin. But his back is currently to you guys. The couch is completely open. There is a small little, like, table to match the little set, and on the table is fresh tea. There's a pitcher of what looks to be fresh squeezed juice, some fruits, finger sandwiches, a little bit of cookies. Everything looks fresh, and the cookies are still warm. And without even looking back at you guys, you hear a, well, good to know that I know how to time things. I had a feeling you'd show up late.
Who, me?
Yes,
Well.
you.
Gentlemen, this is Lord Severin Valen.
At this point, he kind of stands up and turns to face you guys. And most of you should recognize him from the Uno Memento. I think I can just drag and drop pictures, I believe. Okay, or my PC's gonna lock up. Cool.
Yeah, I don't think Varys came across him at the ball.
Yes, unfortunately. I'll just pop this here. It's the wrong token, but if you hover over it, you should be able to see the character art. I'll pop him in the plaza. Or actually, I'll pop him over by you guys. But you should be able to see his character art in the bottom, wherever you guys have your character art set up for popping up. Maybe the chat broke. There you go. If you, I don't think you could see show portrait. Oh, I can just do this. Boop. Do it that way. That's the wrong
Right as Chewy
token.
zoomed into the token.
Yeah, he's got this, like, kind of cocky smirk that he's wearing at, like, 24/7, and he motions to all of you. Well, do come and sit and enjoy, have some refreshments. Don't worry about, just, enjoy yourselves.
Pleasure
Hope you
to
don't
meet
mind.
you.
I thought the more the merrier.
I'm sure you did. It just gives you a big grin. It's okay. I know it can be a little intimidating spending time with me alone. I don't blame you.
And she'll go over and take the same seat she did the first time she was here.
Once everybody else is properly seated, if you guys do sit, he will sit himself last.
Yeah, Varys takes a seat.
Kulog will take a seat as well.
Okay.
Oh,
God,
this
we're
is
not ordering
Kulog.
food. You don't have to say same.
I mean, we're getting tea. We are kind of ordering here.
All right, touche.
So, this is Kulog, the one that Rain so head over heels for.
Kulog will kind of like tighten his biceps and poke out his chest a little bit, kind of like try to be a little bit more intimidating in a way.
I did promise I'd bring him back for her.
You did. I did send a message to her, and she very quickly was eager to make on her way over here. She should be here any minute now. Um, I'm assuming probably Malakin will be short to follow.
She also get the bubbles and feathers, or is it different for everyone?
You know, I'm not sure. I haven't seen Rain act this way with a person in a long time.
Oh, I meant the messages. Your messages. Rains of bubbles and flowers. Feathers, rather.
No.
Just for me, then.
If that's what you want to think, then sure, just for you.
I don't.
Well, then
And
it's
she'll
just
reach
for
for
you.
tea.
Allow me. And he kind of takes the tea from your hand and pours it for you. Just that smirking eye contact the whole time.
So, Lord Valen, why don't you tell my friends a little bit about yourself? I would want to steal your thunder.
Not really much to tell. I'm a lord. I'm from a merchant family. I host tea parties.
Merchant family, what type of goods do you all deal in?
Oh god, Callie, remind me. Valen family was the one that did the. Were they the jewelers or were they the cloth people for like making clothes, or was that the Ducays?
Cloth.
Shit.
It's cloth.
Is it okay?
Yeah, because at that ball pointed out
That's
all the
right.
different people wearing.
Yeah, the decays were, I believe, weapons, actually.
I don't remember. I don't think we actually discussed what they did. I don't remember.
I'll stop asking hard questions.
It's pre-established. It's just I couldn't remember. It's been a hot minute. We sell mostly in doing clothes. We import fabrics. We make fabrics. We dye fabrics.
Oh,
Silks, satins, lace.
expensive.
It's good money.
And probably very good product.
It's not to toot my own horn, but I like our product. It's good quality. And well, the higher ups goddamn enjoy it.
Higher ups.
Yes, I may be maybe a lord, but there are still nobles above me. The queen, for example, she's commissioned us for dresses on time to time.
Oh. Did you do any of the clothing for the recent ball?
Oh no, no, no. No, not for anything of that nature. It was for the celebration event. The festival, we did her dress for that.
Would you happen to know who made the masks this year?
I believe that was um the Countess. Oh, what was her name? Countess Lena Arabellin. I think she was in charge this year of taking care of the masks. Not necessarily making them, but having them commissioned and overseeing them.
As soon as Kulog hears that name, he just kind of like wide-eyed, just like, oh shit, knowing that that's his mom. That was the one that was commissioned for it. He kind of like is caught off guard, but we'll absorb the information and prepare to potentially ask about it when we get to see his mom, I guess.
Yeah, so he Illithin, you would notice this. Severin takes a very long drink of his tea and just kind of looks at Kulog and then glances over at you just a little bit.
She smirks and shrugs.
Can I see if he's lying?
Roll me an insight. You have
Oof.
no idea.
Well, the thought of the finery at the ball. It's a shame the queen wasn't sporting your wares.
Oh, we
Although what
can't
she was
hog.
sporting was suitable.
Yes, well, I mean, she can't hog us all the time. There are other premier clothiers in the city. So, are you all headed out soon?
We may be. Haven't quite decided which direction yet.
Hmm.
We have a good idea, but it hasn't been nailed down.
Roll me a wisdom save. Actually, no. He looks over each and every single one of you. Not me. Nope, that's not what I want. Private roll. Kulog,
Yes,
roll me a
ma'am.
wisdom save.
No.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Do I kind of get a drop on what he's doing?
Yes. I will say, after spending some time with him and knowing a little bit about what he does and, like, what he actually does and who he is, you kind of get a sense of what he's doing or attempting to do.
Now, Lord Valen, you're not playing at anything, are you?
Lane, I assure you we're just having tea. Why, do you want to play?
She kind of just raises an eyebrow at him. You know I know better.
I know, and that's what fascinates me. I'll let
Don't
it go
pick
for
on
this time.
Kulog.
Oh, but look at him.
I know, look at him. He's strapping, he's beautiful. Rain likes him.
I'll give you that. At this point, you hear a, oh my god. It's like, totally you. I can't believe you're actually here.
Kulog kind of like just stands up and kind of like walks over to her and like holds his hand out to her and
With
says,
Kulog distracted, Varys tries to drop one of the director's candies into his tea.
"You motherfucker."
I may slide a hand with advantage.
Come on.
God damn it.
Go ahead and give me a
Yeah.
perception, Kulog. Also, for everybody else, this is Rain.
Fuck.
All you see is Rain.
Yes. Yeah,
Fuck.
Varys just like drops it in and like tucks the wrapper back into his pouch real quick and goes back to sipping his tea casually.
Yeah, easy enough. So she kind of comes up to you, Kulog, and she, with not even caring who's around, just plants a big fat fucking kiss on you. Like, she grabs like the side of your face and just goes in for the kiss.
I told you she wanted to see you again.
Varys almost kind of like chokes on his tea at how quickly like she just goes for it.
In that moment, like Kulog kind of blushes a little bit, but like pulls her in closer to him and like in a sense kind of is like, this is my girl kind of thing. Even though she's not technically his girl yet.
Well, I hope when you like totally come back, you have some time to spare for me.
Even if I don't have time, I'll make time for you.
Ooh, I like that.
I'm gonna
the go ahead.
I'm gonna lean in to see it, like just lean in, so like pressing against his arm. Isn't that adorable?
Certainly something. Oh, they do make an interesting couple. At this point, following behind Rain is an out of breath Malakin. It's like, oh, wait up, wait for me. And he stops a little ways off of the entrance to the gazebo and just kind of doubles over, hands on his legs, breathing. And here, incoming other picture for you guys of Malakin, who is Rain's twin.
Bring him a cup of tea, kind of give him a rub on the back. Oh,
Yeah.
she kept you running, didn't she?
Always does. And he downs it. Oh, that's hot, 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 hot.
Gentlemen, this is Lord Malakin Decay, Rain's twin.
Hello. Yep. Oh, drank that too quick. Hello.
Pleasure.
Nice to meet you all.
Pleasure to meet you. Don't choke. It's a little hot.
A little bit.
Cool.
It'd be not great to choke on the first time meeting you guys.
Kulog, being a respectful gentleman, will kind of walk over and like shake his hand and say, "Good to see you again, Lord Malakin."
And you too as well, Kulog. Nice meeting you again. Kind of gives you an up and down look, not of like disdain or anything, just kind of, you know, being the protective brother a little bit, but not really saying anything, but gives you a firm handshake.
Varys like stands up from his seat because he hasn't actually met him yet at the ball like some of the others did, and he extends his hand for a handshake. Varys.
Yeah. This Malkin. Just Malkin, please, or Mal. That works too. And just yep. And he's very awkward and but he takes your hand, and Kulog and Varys, as you guys are like standing up next to him, he's got a pretty decent build on him. He's got as where like Severin is more lithe and so is Rain. Malakin's a little bulkier. Looks like he's probably used to like more heavy workouts and weaponry and stuff, as you guys saw him kind of fighting for a split second at the ball before he was paralyzed.
A pleasure. And Varys shakes his hand firmly, not like trying to overpower him or anything, just a good firm handshake, and then sits down.
Yeah, he returns it. Good to see you again, Illithin.
It's good to see you as well. You should probably take a seat.
Oh, yes, I probably should. He takes a seat just kind of in between the group. Excuse me. Sorry.
Is there
So-
another seat next to Kulog where I don't know if they're sitting down?
There's definitely a seat.
Okay. I was just gonna say if there's not a seat, Varys would offer to move so that Rain could sit next to him.
Gulag is the seat.
Oh, that I guess yeah.
Yeah, she's sitting in his lap. And Kulog, she's gonna start like feeding you some of the fresh fruit, but like not caring that she's in company right now, and just kind of like teasing you with it. When she brings it close to your mouth, she's gonna pull it away just a little bit.
Kulog plays along and like bites towards it quicker, and like gives her that like sexy eye of like, "Keep doing that. I'll show you what's up later. We don't have to leave until tomorrow."
Yeah, there's a lot of unspoken flirting going on between the two of you. But she does grab your tea and hands it to you.
And
Look,
not
if we're gonna have
knowing,
fun later, you should definitely be hydrated.
not knowing he'll take a drink.
Varys adjusts his chair at their conversation, but makes sure to shift a little bit away from Kulog and her.
Never mind you
As
drying
you
out the middle of things. I need to hear that story.
Oh, don't worry. If that happened, you would definitely hear about it. But I don't think that's gonna happen. Kulog, as you as you take your drink, the tea that tasted kind of like an apple earlier now has a cherry taste to it, and the rest of you watch as his skin turns like a cherry red. Oh, that's interesting. Can
Varys
you
tries,
just like do that at will?
Varys tries to hide his smirk by taking a drink of his tea and like keeping the cup up next to his mouth.
And Kulog like gives Rain a one of those like raised eyebrow looks, and he like is holding out his tea, and he starts seeing like slowly his skin turn the blue color,
Red.
and he like, huh?
It is cherry red
Oh, it's
now.
cherry red this time, so it's red. He'll like see his skin turning red, and he'll be like, "God damn it! Who did this? Who got more of those candies from the director?" And he'll like,
Someone's gonna stare at you and smirk.
"Illithin, you wouldn't do something like this, would you?"
Well, how would I have done that from all the way over here?
He'll like look around the room, and he's like, "Ferris, you're the only one that's close enough that could have gotten away with this. It had to have been you."
Varys has been sitting there the whole time. No one's fault but your own that your wits aren't quite about you.
Varys pulls his cup down from his mouth, giggles a little bit, and goes, "I have no idea what you're talking about."
Kulog will just kind of like,
No. I kind of like you as red.
Kulog will kind of like go from being upset about it and look back at Rain and be like, "You want to go see if all of me is red right now?"
Varys
Yeah?
shifts his chair again.
Kulog and Rain like get up and go back to an empty room.
Yeah, she goes, "Okay, see, we're gonna be busy, so we're gonna take the guest room." And she, without even like waiting to see what he's gonna say, she just like pulls you into the house.
Kulog
Just
like kind
wait
of looks
after
back at everybody and kind of like just has a cheeky little smile on his face.
And black curtain for that.
Varys' eyebrows raised, and he kind of makes a surprised face. Well, that had an unexpected outcome.
Oh, that's
Welcome to my
precisely
tea
what I
parties.
expected. Oh, come on, you knew it was going to happen.
I didn't
of
know she was
course.
going to be into it.
I have a feeling
Rain,
there's very little
Rain
she's
is
not into
very,
you.
yes. Rain is a very interesting individual, and she can be quite insatiable when she has a hyperfixation on a person. Hopefully this one lasts. I do think it will this time. I think she likes his tenacity, if you will.
And he is tenacious.
I'm sure he is.
You should have seen the marks that I got to see the other day.
So, where is your adventures taking you?
No, we may be going west, we may be going east. Someone that hasn't quite weighed in on it yet, so we're not sure.
Yes, how did that go?
I'm sorry to butt in and forgive my ignorance, but I know I've just met. Have you guys had a relationship? Have you known each other for a while?
No, she shoots daggers at him.
At sea?
Uh-huh.
Careful. You know I'm quite good with my hands. I'll catch all of those. Now. No, we've had tea previously.
Just
Danced
the
a
once?
little bit at the ball. Yes, and we
Oh.
did dance a little bit at the ball and found that we had some common footing.
This is where I was the other morning when I wasn't present.
Oh, I had figured you'd gone shopping again.
I did a little bit of that after.
At this point, while you're talking, C has his cup like neatly in his lap, and he's like running his finger along the cup of the edge of the cup a little bit, just waiting for you to answer his question.
I'm sorry, had you asked something?
His grin gets a little bit wider.
Oh, that's right. It went fine.
Really, it went fine. Kind of gives
Fine.
you an up and down look, as if like, uh huh.
Yeah, just keeps a straight face. Yes, absolutely fine. Thank you for your concern.
Believe it or not, it is genuine concern, as you should be well aware. But that should be a talk for later.
Hmm. Perhaps when we return.
Hopefully you do.
Hmm. Well,
Well,
I'll kind of look around at the rest of the guys.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just kind of here for the company, I guess. I didn't know if we had other business. I thought we were just escorting Kulog.
More or less. The tea is quite good. Try the finger sandwiches, they're wonderful.
they are quite good. My family do a very good job on making all the goodies that you see before you. If you like them, I will let them know.
Oh, and Varys reaches out and, like, are they all the same, or is there like a different spread of things going on here?
There's a different spread. There's one that looks like a very thin slice, very not slice, but a very thin layer of what looks to be some sort of pureed meat almost. Um, it has like a little bit of lettuce on it. There's some that are like a cucumber one. They even have ones that are look to be like a whipped cream and strawberries, and that one's more of like a dessert sandwich.
Um, I think Varys goes for the cucumber-looking one. Picks it up.
Surprisingly, really refreshing. A little hint of dill, a little bit of lemon.
Mm. You're not wrong. These are very good. He takes another bite.
While he's conversing with Varys, I am going to ask him telepathically. So I wanted to ask you a bit of a favor, if you will. You and I have similar skill sets, although mine are a little bit different. I was wondering if perhaps I could seek your tutelage in a few things.
Without even looking at you, and still while he's actively out loud talking to Varys, you hear back in your mind. I was wondering when you were gonna ask.
Hmm. We'll set up a time and place then.
Just say when. My home is always open, like I said.
You're too kind.
Only for some people. Others would beg to differ, and they do beg.
Sure you enjoy that.
Just laughter.
So, we've delivered Kulog, and you've met the wonderful Lord Valen.
Please, my head can only get so big.
No, I have doubts.
Uh, the DM is having a hard time keeping it together. Flirting with my own girlfriend. Whew! As not us.
So, we do have someone else to track down, and I think Kulog's going to be indisposed for a while.
He will probably be busy until tomorrow morning at the very least.
Oh, what a shame.
I'd be surprised if he even gets any sleep tonight.
No,
You
that's
see
a him
Malikan just
talking.
kind of shaking his head a little bit, like, I don't want to hear this.
Varys kind of sits up in his chair a little bit and reaches for one of the like pureed meat ones. Probably grabs two of them and like tosses them over to Ildrath.
Ildrath just opens his mouth and like lets them fall in and licks his lips.
Gives him a little pat on the head. I can't talk to him. I don't know Draconic.
Happy stomps. Had I known you were bringing a dragon, I would have had more suitable food arranged. But that is good knowledge going forward.
Luckily, he's not very picky.
Well,
Quite an amicable little thing.
Most dragons. Depends, really. Oh, no, he does not speak Draconic. Damn. Okay.
So I'm going to tell Ildrath to go lick C in the face. In Draconic.
Wow. Okay, yeah. Ildrath whips his head to see him immediately and, like, gets that, like, pounce. He gets butt in the air, front down. He kind of calibrates. Pounces on C so hard that the chair actually, like, tumbles backwards. And because the gazebo's on a hill, C goes rolling.
Oh no!
And Yildrath chases after him. And as soon as Severin lands with his back on the ground, Yildrath just pounces on him, and you hear a oh as Yildrath just starts going ham with the kisses all over Severin. He's like, okay, oh yeah, okay, oh, that's gross. Okay, he's like
Calm
trying
down,
to pat
Simba.
Yildrath off.
Ildrath, don't smother him. He's important.
You hear that? I'm important. Come on, buddy. Up.
Look, and
Yildrath eventually gets up.
I think I saw his head grow.
No comment.
He sits up. His usually like very neat and yet somehow perfectly styled hair in like that kind of messy styled is now completely just all over the place. There's a couple twigs sticking out, and he just sits, just kind of shakes his head at you. Yildrath
No.
is sitting there with his tail wagging.
Never thought I'd see you quite so flustered.
I'm sure you would be flustered too if a dragon just assaulted you and decided that it was going to claim your face for its own. Well, the people here I thought would claim my face for their own. It was not the dragon.
Always more surprises, right?
Indeed. Bah, kind of sad that the dragon beats other people to the punch. Anyway, he pushed himself up.
I'm afraid we do have some other items of business to handle today. Uh, thank you for, again, the hospitality.
Of course, you're always welcome.
It's been a pleasure.
Yes, it has.
Yes, a pleasure. And Varys stands up and like reaches across the table to shake his hand, which he has not done yet.
So Severin gets up and walks over to you and looks at your hand for a second, and then eventually takes it and gives a pretty firm shake.
Clean, no tricks. It's very much a pleasure to meet you.
And you as well. Do take some of the food with you as well, please.
Oh, sure.
I'm fine myself.
Can we? And
but
he like turns to Sigurd and he's like, "Do you think these will keep?"
Not for very long, but at least the rest of the day.
Well, snack for later, I guess.
2-for-1 meeting. Very nice.
3-for-1 meeting. I got to meet your friends.
Point. She looks annoyed.
Ah, and they just keep coming in, don't they?
Mm-hmm. Enjoy the early mead.
Oh, I will. Don't worry. Now, I assume you don't need an escort out, but the offer still stands if you would like me to see you all off the premise.
Well, we can find our way. Unless you'd like to join.
I thought you'd never ask. And he gives a very over the top flourish and leads you guys, um, if you follow, obviously, towards the way you came in, past Susan the gardener, who gives a very happy wave. Oh, okay, that was a quick trip. Have a good time. Safe travels. Thank you for stopping by.
We're -1, Susan. Don't let him get lost and ruin your hedges. They're stunning.
Oh, I kind of figured that. I can hear them from here, and I wish I couldn't.
Ildrath, come on. And Varys like slaps his leg.
Tap 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 tap.
Well, thank you again. And I'll be in touch.
I know. And if you won't, I will be.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not the bubbles next time. They took a lot of cleanup.
Oh, but they're so fun.
Fun for you.
Exactly.
Good day, Lord Valen.
Good day. It was a pleasure meeting you all.
Yes, good day.
He gives your hand, Ilithan, a slight kiss as before you leave, and then gives a little bit of a polite bow, not too over the top for you, but enough.
Such the gentleman. And she walks away.
And I walk away. Yeah, as soon as you guys walk away, he turns around and leaves, and heads back to the gazebo.
Well, what now? Usually we feel so pressed to be on the move all the time. I don't know that we've had time to kill like this before.
I don't exactly enjoy having acquaintances that the rest of you don't know. Maybe important at some point. There's the matter of Atrix. It's
True.
holed up in the palace. I won't be going, but if maybe he could be persuaded to leave a date earlier.
I could head back and see if he's there. We didn't see him there earlier.
Just looks at Varys. Like, just deadpan, no emotion.
Okay, I'll go check. Meet you back at the Curious Cat.
That's where I'm going. Sigrun, what about you?
I think I will also head back there.
Back there.
That to the cat. I don't have.
Oh, okay. I was confused. I didn't know if you meant like back to the palace with me or to the Curious Cat with Illithan. I just wanted clarification.
I
Back
see
to
how
the
that could be
cat.
confusing.
Okay. Well, I will meet you back there then. And Varys turns and starts heading back towards the palace.
Varys,
Yes.
don't mention me when you're talking to him, please.
You have my word.
I appreciate it. And back to the cat.
Varys, you make your way to the palace, and much like before, it takes a moment. And hearing that you are looking for Atrix specifically, the guard, Henrik, who is the Queen's guard, who was sent out to kind of vet you more or less, which you've met him before. He leads you through the palace corridors to this courtyard area where you see Atrix and the Queen who are currently in swordplay fight, and neither of them are holding back. But it's very obvious that the Queen has the upper hand. Atrix is covered in bruises. They're both sweating pretty hard, and she's just going ape shit on him. But he's returning it as best as he can.
Before anything happens, I want to like put my hand on Henrik's arm to like stop him and be like, just let him go. And I want to like stand back and just watch.
Yeah. Okay. Easy enough. Henrik gives a nod and kind of just stays by you, and you watch as the Queen, Atrix, kind of stands up and he wipes the blood out of his mouth a little bit, and you hear him say, "Is that all you got?" to the Queen, and there's a laugh that just rings in the courtyard, and she goes, "I'm gonna make you eat those words." And they both get into position, standing standing a few feet from each other. He's bouncing on his heels like one would a boxer instead. Not really something sword fighters would do. And the Queen gets in a very lax position, almost too lax. And you watch as the intent in her eyes switches of one of training to one of "I'm gonna fucking kill you," essentially. She's not holding back. She intends to. The swords are wooden, and the swords are blunted. Um,
So they're actual metal swords. It's just not sharp.
Yeah.
Okay.
I said wooden earlier. I think originally in the RP that I had with Chewie for this, I said blunted weapons, so it should have been blunted from the get go. So that was my mistake. You watch as the Queen kicks a rock to Atrix, and it gets right under his heel as he's bouncing, throws him off balance as he comes down on the rock, and with surprising speed for her age, she closes the distance, and you're not entirely sure what really happens. You watch her sweep him out and knock him over more, and the next thing you know, he's on his ass, and she is kind of like looming over him with her weapon, um, both pinned under his armpit, across his chest, and then up towards his neck, so that no matter which way he moved, it's either going to be a killing blow or severely damaging and bleeding out blow. And she kind of she relaxes after a second and laughs, and then stands up, holds her hand out, and when he goes to take it, she knocks him back down again and then walks away with a laugh.
Varys starts like walking towards them. That was impressive.
Oh, Varys. Didn't know we had an audience.
I didn't mean to interrupt. Henrik brought me in and I stood back and, let you two have at it. I must say I'm quite impressed with your prowess, Your Highness.
Well, I wasn't didn't lead an army for no reason.
True. Sorry to interrupt. I actually wanted to talk to Atrix for a moment, if that was possible.
Oh, yes. I am going to go grab some. We are running low on our water. I will go and grab some really quick and some towels. Do you want anything while I'm gone? Snacks, water?
Oh, no, I'm good, thank you. We just had some tea and sandwiches, and I'm okay. Thank you.
No problem. Okay, I'll be right back. I'll give you time to, yeah. And she walks away and kind of rubbing the back of her hand on her forehead and leaves you guys alone in the courtyard.
Varys, like, casually, slowly walks closer to Atrix in the courtyard. So this is where you've been. And he's just kind of like looking around the courtyard, kind of like taking everything in because he was initially distracted by the training combat.
Atrix will make his way to his feet. Varys, yes, this is where I've been for the past day. Needed to clear my head. Is there something that I can do for you?
Oh, I was just curious. We heard that you weren't coming back until tomorrow, but we were all hoping to be able to leave sometime sooner.
I wasn't planning on coming back until the morning, but I can definitely grab my things if it's an important matter. Just need to clean up and I can meet you down in the front.
Well, I mean, we certainly have many things of import. Sigurd's cousin, Silver Rock, the ring, maybe more sky. Well, we know we have more sky eggs over in Silver Rock. It would be nice if we could leave sooner. I know you're trying to clear your head and everything, but it'd be nice to leave. And I'm sure we'll come across things that, you know, you can have a go at it and help blow off some steam, clear your head.
As much as I wanted to go, I have another training session in the morning with the Queen. Yeah, let me grab my things, and I will meet you in the front.
So you're coming then?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
And Varys kind of lets him go do what he needs to do and walks back, I guess, to the entrance of the courtyard.
Well, if that's the case, I'm taking away your signet ring.
Yep.
Boop. Goodbye, AC.
Yep.
Well, it's nice having you 14 AC for a split second.
Yeah. Atrix will get to his feet and slowly make his way back to his chamber and grab his things and then make his way to the Queen's chamber before he leaves.
Varys is waiting for the queen. She's coming back, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. He's like waiting in the courtyard for her to come back. Because he has something for her as well.
Yeah, she comes back with a pitcher of water and three glasses, even though Varys said he didn't want any. She brought a glass anyway.
Atrix will...
Am I intruding? Should I come back a little bit later?
Oh, no intrusion. I do want to apologize though. We're like to pull Atrix away from, I guess, this kind of royal training, if you will.
Okay.
Yes.
Varys, you see her pocket something into her dress, and that she had in her, like, fist that she was holding the tray with, and she just gives a smile, politely.
Did I see what it was?
With your past perception and your rogueness, it looked to be some sort of ring.
Fair. Yes, I do apologize. Everybody's getting kind of stir crazy, and we have many important tasks at hand, including the one that you've sent us to retrieve the ring. And we all just kind of wanted to leave. I know Atrix had planned on staying a little bit longer, but
Atrix will
Everybody wants to move.
walk up behind and put his hand on Varys' shoulder, and I appreciate the sense of urgency, and it is no matter. I will again meet you in the front. I have some matters to attend to with the Queen.
Okay. I'll meet you out front then.
Did you say you had something for the queen?
I did. And after he says that, he turns to the queen and says, Your Highness, I do believe.
Please just call me Marion at this point. We
uh,
see each other practically every day now.
Sorry, it's formalities, and I'm not normally in a setting like this. Marion, we have tasks that lead us both east and west, and as important as it is to get to Silver Rock to find out what's going on out there from the Star Storm and all of the sick people out there, I do believe we're going to be heading west first to check up on Sigrun's cousin and make sure that she's okay. You had mentioned before, and I was wondering if I could take you up on sending any resources that you can to Silver Rock to check and make sure that things are okay out there while we're headed in the opposite direction.
I might have jumped the crossbow and already taken the liberty of doing that myself. I sent out a small group of 5 people, soldiers, a healer with one of them, a mage. I sent a small little group out there to look into things, and I believe the church also sent somebody out there as well.
Oh my, that's great then. I thank you. Thank you for that.
Do on my promises.
Well, I know it had been an offer and it was refused, so like I want to make sure that nothing foul happens out there, considering what happened when we were at the other one near
Yes,
Greenwood.
I am in the same boat as you, and I would rather look after all my subjects, no matter how far away they are.
You are most wise, and he like bows his head a little bit to her.
I would hope so. I'm getting quite old now.
Well, I do appreciate it, and I don't need to take up any more of your time. Again, very, very impressive combat.
I'm a little rusty, unfortunately, but I appreciate that you enjoyed the little show that you saw. It is very kind to hear.
He bows his head, and I'll be away.
Good luck on your journeys. Safe travels. Make sure you tell the other of your group as well that. Okay, bye.
Will do. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Atrix, yes. You wanted to talk before you left.
Yes. First and foremost, I appreciate the hospitality. If you could send some love to Hugh at the Curious Cat for me. He's been quite the hospitality, the host himself. Been putting us up, giving us food, not asking for a single dime. Insists that he takes it. And I definitely wanted to stay. I definitely wanted to have another session, but I cannot keep the others waiting. Within due time, I will be back, and we can train some more.
Whenever you are ready and ready to train, I won't lie. I am. Excuse me. It's the water. Went down wrong. I won't lie. I am a little disappointed that you're leaving early, but I understand why.
Yeah, head's still not fully there, but I think getting my ass handed to me definitely helped loosen the tension a little bit.
He puts her hand on your shoulder and kind of looks up at you since you're taller than her. She just very firmly just goes, "I will kick your ass anytime you want."
Atrix will kind of push her hand to the side and bring her in for a hug.
Oh.
And as he hugs her, it'll be in a tight embrace. And he will go, I will take you up on that offer, and I will keep myself safe. And then he'll let go and start walking away. And as he kind of gets probably about 10, 15 feet away, and he'll turn around and he'll go, "Don't worry, Mom. I'll be fine." And then he'll turn around and walk away.
You watch. So when you pull her into the hug, she takes a moment because usually it's her that's initiating the hugs, and it takes her off guard, and she hugs you back just as tightly and lets you have your piece. And when you pull away, she just kind of nods. You can tell she's a little upset that you're leaving, but letting you do your own thing. And when you turn around and hit her with the mom, her eyes go wide, and you can see that there's the split second that you saw immediate tears in her eyes, and you turn away, and she goes, "Oh, okay, be safe, be safe." She turns around and like walks off. She's like, you can hear her like sobbing and trying not to sob down the hallway.
I love it. Atrix will go
very
to his...
loudly you hear her say to Henrik, "Did you hear that? He called me Mom."
Atrix will go to his chambers and collect his things. And meet Varys in the front.
Whew. You've certainly been training. You stink.
Yes, I can certainly use a shower. Looking around, he'll kind of chuckle and he'll go, "Beautiful place, isn't it?"
Quite, actually. The courtyard was beautiful.
It's beautiful from the ground up, too, let me tell you. And he'll chuckle as he kind of starts walking away.
From what I saw, you were on your ass more than you were on your feet.
Let's not tell the others. Although it'll be quite hard to hide. And he'll kind of just gesture down to his rib cage, which is bruised.
I'm sure they'll be able to tell from your presentation.
Shall we? And I will forego the guard opening the door, and I'll open the door for Varys.
Thank you. Varys walks through the door.
As you guys leave, all of the guard who are stationed along like the walkways do the proper like stomp and like attention as you go by, and then relax when you're past. But you guys leave and begin.
Varys, as we're walking and that's happening, Varys is like looking side to side at them, like while they're doing this. And then once we're past them, turns to Atrix and goes, "So you've got a little bit of respect around here now, huh?"
I don't think I'll ever get used to it.
That was interesting. And he kind of chuckles and then keeps walking.
You guys head out of the palace, down the little sloped street to the plaza, and begin making your way to the Curious Cat, where the rest of your companions are and waiting for you, and that is where we are going to end the session.
Yay!
Woohoo!
Woohoo!
I prepped so much shit that we didn't even touch.
Not yet. Smiley face.
You should know at this point. We've been
I
doing
know.
this
It's
long
just
enough that
I
we
wasn't
RP the
expecting today to
shit
be
out of
so.
everything.
I know. I love it. I do. Don't take that as me like saying otherwise. I love the fact that you guys RP. I fucking love it.
I was not expecting to sit there for as long as I did, but I was living for what was going on.
Neither did I.
I had.
I had planned on us getting to the next day where you arrive and you guys were getting ready to leave.
Yeah, so that was a wrench in the plans. Did not expect Varys to show up.
Allie.
I didn't do anything.
I didn't do
Okay,
anything.
okay. I
Okay.
didn't do anything.
That was me. I'm stirring shit up now.
No,
Dropping
no, you're
things in
not.
people's drains.
It was Callie's
It was
idea.
Callie's idea, and she knew very well what my original plan was, and she threw a wrench in that shit. So
Haha, get fucked.
I was really confused why I heard a baby all of a sudden. I thought that was Callie at first. I'm like,
Sorry. My bad.
I'm pretty sure Kulog's the one getting fucked.
no,
True.
Rain is
Well,
probably
yeah,
the
Rain,
one getting
yeah,
fucked.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
well,
Oh my
So
God.
Who logs into both?
That baby, Juliet just sounded like that baby with the peanut butter. Ah.
ah.
Okay, so yay!
Good session.
Who wants to take that outro?
Take it away, outro. There you go. There's the outro right there.
Thank you everybody for tuning in. We appreciate you being here and watching. Are we doing the thing tomorrow on here or no?
Yes.
Yes.
We will be also streaming our Mystery Tomb of Annihilation tomorrow, same time, which will be DM'd by 47. It will have Callie, myself, Chewy, and Sloth.
And it will be interesting because none of us know shit about our characters.
Yeah, we will be finding out our characters as we play. The only person that knows anything about our characters is 47, and then like one thing that we know about one other person in the group that we remember. So that'll be interesting. So if you are interested in that, go ahead and drop a follow if you haven't. Make sure you come in and check. Also, don't forget to follow social media. We will be tweeting out before we go live with that. VODs will be uploaded to our YouTube at some point. We're hoping to do them on Mondays, but we'll see. Whatever
Yeah,
works
if you're
kind of for our
curious why
plans.
if you're curious why this is labeled episode 10 in the title, that's because we actually have 9 VODs before this that need to go up on YouTube.
Yeah.
So if you want to catch up on that, make sure to go sub on the YouTube.
Yep, we will be
Also-
having. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say we will make it a point, or try to make it a point to put it in the description or in the bio of when our next sessions are gonna be. We will not be here on this campaign next week. That is already predetermined, but we have to actually communicate between ourselves of what the next session is gonna be and when it's gonna be.
However,
So we're supposed to be doing it every other week, like twice a month. However, because a lot of us have families and lives and jobs, we kind of play it by ear for which Saturdays we do. So sometimes we do back-to-back Saturdays, sometimes we do every other. So we will be posting on Twitter specifically when we have a Saturday off as soon as we know that we do. So you will have ample notice.
also,
Scheduling conflicts, the true
Yep.
boss of any D&D campaign.
It's true.
also that being said, we are also in the talks of maybe doing a catch-up Q&A kind of thing, like a review with a couple of the cast members and the DM next Saturday. We haven't got that set in stone yet,
That's
but
right.
keep an eye on Twitter and all of those things, and we will definitely let you know once we make that decision.
So I don't know if we're going to be doing that for sure, but at some point we would like to do that. So maybe next week, for the people who are available and will be here, we might just have a casual sit down and talk with the community, have them ask us questions, see, just kind of hang out and chill and whatnot.
That way you have time with the cast, and we aren't all paying attention to D&D, and we can pay attention to you guys.
Yep. A
So,
little get to know each other and stuff.
Yay, chat interaction.
but
Before you head out, though, everybody, if you are here watching, make sure that you actually hit the follow button so you can get notifications. Click that that bell as well, so you can have notifications for when we do go live. So you get an email when we are live. In case if you don't see the schedule, you'll be able to tune in whenever you get that notification.
Mm-hmm.
that being said, I think we all here at the table can say that we love you. We appreciate you guys being here, and we will see you next time.
Thanks for
Keep
taking the time to
rolling.
hang out with us.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.